This is Q Talk America.
The following broadcast contains adult humor, language, and topics, along with partial nudity. Actual knowledge is used sparingly. The show is a result of a lost bet and a bad game of rock, paper, scissors. It's the show with Clayton McKee. And now, a man with a face for radio, Clayton McKee.
Well, good evening, one and all out there in web radio land. This is the show. I'm Clayton McKee, sitting here in Studio C alongside Kat Carlson and Al Perkins. Turn yours down.
The headphones down.
Is he yelling?
I'm not doing anything different.
No, it was just a little loud in my ears all of a sudden.
All right.
Well, I think you're fully recovered from whatever illness you had a week or so ago, and your hearing is returned.
Yeah, that could be.
And you sound so much better. Anywho, sitting across from Al Perkins
I'm a lady.
and Kat Carlson, Marnie Ryer will be here in just a few minutes. She sent me a text message, so fear not, the Rye will be here with us in studio as well. Hello to everybody in the chat room already. Meow Cal and Aaron, my mom, Anant. Oh, everybody, just already a flurry of activity.
Very busy. I'm not even there
yet.
yet.
In there yet. Oh, Nant, hello.
She is. He is, right there. Hello. Anywho, welcome everybody.
It's I checked the list.
Al has a list of where you are from and what sex you are. If we have at least ascertained what sex you are. Some people we don't know are
Because we keep getting
mysterious.
in trouble with Nero.
Because we say it's a girl and it's not.
No, because it is a
No,
girl.
she is.
Oh.
She is.
Yeah.
Whatever. We're gonna have to print that. Like when we get the world map over here behind Kat, where we have the pins, everybody, we have to have another one over here. So we
However you self-identify.
Right.
the gender
identities.
the genderbread list is
Yeah.
gonna be over here.
I was worried for a second about where you were going with that because I was like, we're gonna get in trouble.
Yeah.
No.
You can't pink and blue those pins.
No. Oh no.
Not
Those
okay.
those pins will be white or red.
I like red.
I think red. Power. It's a power color.
I think stick pins with like the little round red heads.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or flags. Didn't we decide on flags?
Yeah, I think you and I decided on
I
flags.
think you did,
Right.
but I didn't. So
We decided
once
on
you
flags.
figure that out.
I think
Yeah,
it's been
what
decided.
am I? Well, I'm gonna go with male. Is what I'm gonna go with, Meow Cow.
Yeah, because I think that's another one that we always get wrong.
Because I always got it wrong. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think based on the cat, I always assumed it was a woman for some reason. I don't
And
really
I
know.
think Marnie started the MF list.
No, that's my writing.
Oh, then you started it.
I did it last
because
week.
of public shaming about your lack of knowledge.
I don't remember. I'm not paid to remember what your gender is. Just do I enjoy your company or not? That's really about all we care about. Oh, and that one's flags, of course. Yeah.
Clearly. Oh, look.
What? Did you find them online?
Triangular map flags.
Horseshit.
Oh, look at this. $6.89, and it's available for Prime shipping.
Oh my God! Put a link to it in the chat room and let's see if we can get people.
Somebody ship us these. Oh, we have white pennant flags.
It's so convenient.
We have yellow
Oh yeah,
ones.
I ship right now.
But they have. I love that we're offering them discount that we get.
Yeah. If you can beat this, please ship it to us now.
Please log into Clayton's Amazon account.
I don't have the Prime account. It's Al. Al has. He's
I do
suckered in
too.
and enjoys the hell out of it.
Oh my goodness, there's so many options. There's many colors. There's
my
many
God.
Flags
styles.
of many colors and many nations.
Oh my goodness.
That would probably run into a lot of money if we're just going to get flags for everybody because,
No, not their individual flags. Just little like
Oh, no.
red or orange pennant flags. No, I don't want.
No, I understand the little ones, but still, I mean, eventually we're going to run out of.
They sell them by the dozen.
Okay, but how many fucking countries are there? I'm going to have to buy a billion dozen.
That seems like something that should be on Trivia Crack.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
but wait, time
How many
out.
countries are there?
Because we don't have a listener in every country.
Not yet. But look at us growing like crazy.
Look at us go.
Look at us go.
Go, dog,
There's like
go.
55 or 56 in Africa. That's on Trivia Crack.
Oh, okay.
And remember, all football questions are Peyton Manning.
Oh, okay.
And
That's
if
all
they're not, the odds are forever in your favor that they will be.
Somehow the answer will be.
And the
Peyton Manning.
Bubba guy wins a lot of Masters tournaments in like 2012, 2014.
Oh, yeah. Bubba. I
Bubba
forget his last
Watson.
name.
Let's say Watson.
Okay, that sounds
See,
good.
Trivia Crack even warns me when I land on sports. It's like, oh no, honey, you're no good at this. Do you want to spend your coins and skip this?
Really? A game
It
alerts you
does.
that you suck?
It does. It says, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, you're.
Mine goes
your
between
worst
science
category.
and art. I'm only at 80% in science and art, so it always tells me like.
I meant like 60% in sports.
But as you play along, you get higher. Isn't it funny that sports isn't even one of the options? Because I guess I
Checked out of that one.
absorb enough of them. No,
Apparently.
it's no like I'm at a B to a B plus on that because
Well,
Your osmosis.
science and art are my 80s.
Trivia Crack. I keep thinking you're just joking with me on the name, but that's really
no, that's
the name?
the name
Oh
of the
no,
app.
yeah, no.
Available
Right.
Kat and I
on-
are playing
yeah.
heated games.
It's true.
Crack.
I think I've lost all of them.
Got it. I'll look up.
Pretty
and
sure I
see.
haven't won
our,
yet.
our girls and I are in a spirited fight. She's 4-1, fucker.
Magnificent. I think I want to switch to the
I
challenge.
haven't lost in a page.
That's fantastic. Good
I know.
for you.
Yes, the other day I had like 270 of those coins.
Oh my god, that's a lot of coins.
That's the last thing I fucking needed was to find a game to play on this one. Because, I only have the one that soothes my nerves, a little Jules game on this one that was free on the iPad.
Okay.
That was for driving when other people are driving. I just put it on airplane mode, and I play that so I don't get...
Nervous and forget.
Yeah, I
Right.
have panic attacks in cars.
Okay.
That's the only thing it's ever for.
Okay.
But now I find out about Trivia Crack from some people at work that were like, oh my god, you gotta play this. I'm like, no one will ever play trivia with me.
Of
Like,
course
I can
we
never
will.
find someone. They're like...
People who
"Well,
don't
what?"
know you.
Yeah. they're like- and then I found that stupid trivia quiz game, or what it Quiz Up that what's his face was playing. But Quiz Up is the same question over
It
and over
repeats
and over
a lot,
again.
I've noticed
Oh
that.
no, it repeats all of them. So, I'm on like level 23, but I've answered the one goddamn question about Harold Hill and the Music Man like 400 different ways. Like I got
see,
this
that's no
one.
fun.
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
that.
it's no fun.
But that's the one I gave Mom, and I think she's still working on that. That Quiz Up.
Yeah.
I got her on it.
I mean, you can play. I guess if you varied your sport a little bit, but I only do musical theater.
Oh no, I go between cars and then general knowledge and
Right.
I hit them all.
But I just feel like whoever's writing the questions for musical theater maybe needs to come back to
Maybe
the table.
needs to branch out a little
Yeah.
bit, do a little research, watch a little Netflix.
Oh, I see what you got. I thought you meant that these were like pennant flags, like they were actually of the country's
That's
flag.
what I said. Not individual ones for everyone's country.
got
Just
it.
pretty little red flags so that we know where our
Okay, you want me to listen to you
listeners
at any point in this show, Willie? Because I'm like, I wait for your segment to completely block you out, but at the rest of the show, I just
know.
listen mildly. Oh, but no, I think that's exactly what we need. We need little red push pins. I
Yes.
like it. But the only thing I would like to do with these, I like to be able to print or write on a little tag, like the name.
I'll bet on the pen. I'll bet they're large enough to just write Nero or an ant or Dr. Ben Carlson. Well,
We'll have
maybe,
to
that
fig-
one might be a
let's
little
figure
weird,
it-
but
Jesus
Oh,
Christ,
and
that
she's
scared me.
and she's. Oh, you're on the delay. Jeez, you're here early because you said night 7:15. Look, oh,
Scared the
Welcome.
fuck out of me.
I know.
You knew she was coming.
No, I forgot.
They have different colors too.
Okay, good.
Honestly, it came and went.
Obviously, I wasn't paying attention to cat. You were. What did you just got something on your shirt, Poodle? What the hell's that? Well, something extra. Whatever.
A raspberry leaf.
A leaf. I see.
Leaflet.
Well, as we Marnie's here. Congratulations. Hi, Marnie. Let me turn on your mic. There you-
Congratulations.
You have arrived.
Hello, Kate.
Life is good when you get congratulated for showing up somewhere. I think that's
Well,
good.
before I said I would even.
Yeah.
Not on time, but before
No,
I said
right.
I would
No,
late.
You had implied a delay.
Correct.
And given me a worst case scenario time.
Correct.
And you made it well ahead
No,
of that.
I said at least.
Yeah. Good for you.
Yeah,
We applaud your.
Oh, thanks.
We applaud. That's very good. Anywho, we'll do our norm. We go around the table. We start with Dr. Ben Carlson.
Dr. Ben Carlson. Goodness gracious.
Not a doctor.
No, I don't even play one on this podcast.
However she self-identifies.
Sure.
For those of you who watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine, whatever that production company is, not a doctor.
Not a doctor.
Fremulon.
What have I been doing? Not a whole lot. It's almost book fair season again.
Oh
as
my
soon
goodness,
as-
has it been
How
a
many-
year
My
already?
goodness-
Wow.
No, I do 3 a year.
Oh, good. Okay, because
Yeah.
I'm like, Jesus.
No, 3 a year. So it's November, January, and now end of April. So I spent all of today, like literally all of today, in the elementary school making copies and having lunches.
Making
and-
copies.
Yeah. I do love being a lady who lunches.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. And one for Mahler.
I'm a big fan of that. In fact, one of the ladies was like, "Oh my god, we should do this all the time." And I looked at her and I'm like, "Listen, lady,
Yeah. Settle down. Settle down.
no, because I'm all about it. I'm like, I love lunch." Here's
Oh,
what-
I thought you meant book fairs. You meant going to lunch.
Oh, I meant going to
Sure.
lunch, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck
we should.
yeah.
We should lunch and all the time.
I
silly.
love lunch. So anybody that ever wants to just call me and be like, "Hey, do you want to have lunch?" Odds are I'm available, and odds are I will go.
I'm going to write that down.
Yeah.
Write that down. Yeah, if you ever need a lunch date,
Don't
just-
call Kat around noon.
She'll
She'll
try
be
to
busy.
suck you into lunch.
Thanks so much for listening,
I got a coupon.
asshole. I don't know why I come here. I don't know why.
We love having you.
This is why I come here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good call. Because you need here on a Tuesday night in order to crack a beer.
No, actually, I was drinking these before I came here. So
Atta girl.
I like it.
I was sitting by the pool watching the kids like shiver and shiver in the pool because they insist on swimming.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they won't give it up. They won't say, "Oh my God, I'm cold," even though their lips are turning blue.
Hypothermia.
Yeah.
I put my feet in my pool and or all foot, like a little bit. No.
I dipped like
Not
one little
a
finger in
chance.
and was like, "You people are nuts. I'm gonna have a drink."
Not a chance.
Yeah, plus it's not terribly warm.
No,
I know,
we haven't
no.
heated up yet.
Yeah, none of that's happening. But yeah, my kids are like, "Oh my God, can we go swimming?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, go ahead."
Knock yourself out.
I'm not getting in to save you, so
Do
I
you have
hope
to
you
reenact
remember.
Titanic in the pool right now because it's too chilly, Jack. Come on.
Yeah.
See, now, and when Tim and I had we had the solar panels for the pool, and then we had a solar cover.
Yeah.
We could get the pool swimmable by like the first week of March. Like March 8th was
Yeah.
the latest we ever opened it.
Nice.
You just had to make sure to cover it back up every night to let the heat stay in. That was the trick to it.
Yep. Yeah, we had one of those at a prior house. We don't have one now, so the kids are just swimming in whatever the temperature is. And I don't have a thermometer, so I don't even know what the temperature is in there.
Oh, I hated where that house was, but God, did I love that house.
Yeah.
It was out in
pool
a
is
fucking
nice.
cornfield, but Jesus, that house was designed perfectly.
But other than that, it's been a really just kind of mundane week. A lot of work. We had a couple of people out at Cobalt, and so I cover in here and cover in there, and
A little extra work.
a little extra
There
work.
you go.
And karaoke work at that, which is not a sad thing.
I saw pictures that you guys were posting. You
Oh,
and
good
Ron
Lord.
Rogers,
Is this the Teddygrams?
the Teddygrams. My God, I was laughing so hard. I'm like, what the fuck are these people doing?
Well, because you know some friends of ours, they come in after perhaps they've been some other places, and they like to make Cobalt a last stop, which I think is fine and enjoyable.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I bring snacks because I think I'm there like 9-10 hours by the time I
Right,
work
right, sure.
shift. So you need snacks. Like I can't do all that without eating. So I had snacks, and I was running late that day, and so I'm like blasting out of the house, going, "Oh my God, I don't have time to make a sandwich. I don't have time to stop anywhere. What the hell?" And so I'm like rifling through the cabinets. I'm like, "Okay, Teddygrams, here we go." And off I go and, get through with everything. And it's kind of winding down through the evening. And I grab my box of Teddygrams and I go wander over to talk to everybody. And then the next thing you know, they're like throwing Teddygrams because we're all just children.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're
Yeah.
wasting snack foods now.
Those of you that don't spend a whole lot of time with people affiliated with bars, we're all children.
Yes.
All of
That
us.
is
I don't care if we're
really
working
true.
or just drinking. We all just become
It all
little
goes.
kids.
It all goes south.
yeah. All of a sudden, everybody's a 10-year-old little boy.
So true.
It doesn't matter.
Your
So
appearance, regardless of
Al
that.
becomes a 10-year-old little girl.
Who knows all the words to Drop Dead Gorgeous?
Sure. Absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
that's how we would clean the bar.
Yes.
We would clean the bar as we were leaving, just doing lines from Drop Dead Gorgeous. And
because you're
just,
the best damn tapper.
yeah, just cracking up like it was all original. We'd never heard it before. And whoever was new would be
Yeah.
like, "I've never seen this movie." We're like, "Go home today." And then the next day they'd be great at it because they'd be like, "I had to rewind that like 4 and 5 times." I'm like, "I told you. I tried to tell you."
Well, now you're on board.
So there have clearly been bar shenanigans, and then just kind of buckling in and bracing myself for a very busy week. It's Thursday's the Echo Magazine Reader's Choice Awards.
Yeah.
Where I find out that I won, and then
I found out again. Somebody reminded me I was nominated for something and I don't recall what it was.
I don't either.
I honestly don't. But since are
Were
you
you
going to be
nominated
there?
for like socialite again?
I don't know. I honestly God don't. I have no idea.
Would you like me to accept on your behalf? Are you saying that you're not?
Well, I
coming?
haven't decided if I'm not going
Oh well, you should go.
because there's a really cute Latin dancer kid coming to a bar in Scottsdale on Thursday night, but I can't stomach going. Partly because of who the host of the event is.
No.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and the other part is because it's 9 miles away, and I just don't want to really take a cab that far. So,
Uber.
Right.
but no, it's a $20 cab ride. I'm like,
Not in Uber. It's an $8 cab in Uber.
We'll debate that in just a little while
Maybe
because
you'll go.
I sent Michelangelo to work this morning in an Uber, and it was not.
You must have caught the surge.
It was 17.
Because I tried to
Something.
drive Uber the other night, and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? $12 to deal with this dickhead for 20 miles? I'm out of here."
Wait, what? Where were you trying? Where is this thing at?
Oh, at BS. There's a dancer kid from LA coming in for the pre-Pride. I figure what happened is that there was a drawing for pre-Pride events you could sign up for, and they apparently got there late, and this was the last one that was available.
Well, that's nice. I don't know.
Just a guess. Anyway, but yes, this is our Pride weekend is coming.
Pride weekend. So,
So,
Echo Readers
there's a lot coming.
Echo's thing on Thursday, and then super extra Pride happy hour at Cobalt on Friday, and then I'm out at the festival all day Saturday and Sunday.
I set up on
Buckle
Friday.
up, baby.
Friday I set up for the whole festival. Oh my God, I just realized I have got to tomorrow edit scripts for the damn parade. I've got a whole bunch of that shit to do.
I'll bet.
Get on there, girl.
Yeah. I hope that the font is large because otherwise I'm just going to make the shit.
Oh no,
up as
that's what I do.
Oh,
I
good.
make it very large. So what happens is I edit it down. Like it comes to me, this document is like 40 pages.
Yeah, I got the email that said like some of the shit's not even in yet.
Right.
You're just going to have to wing it. I'm like, whatever.
No.
I'm good at that.
So then
that I can do.
So
Wing
I got
it, I'm in.
So I got a follow-up email saying, "Hey, we got extra scripts in. Do we just add those the day of?" And I said, "No. Put them in place. Resend me the entire document."
Send it again because I haven't done shit
Right.
to it yet.
I didn't say that. Anyway, so what I do is like let's say it's in whatever font it is. It's small, but it's like
Right.
40 pages.
I hope it's in Comic Sans.
So then I
Put it in wing nuts.
Can
or
my
whatever.
copy be in Comic Sans?
so what I do. So what I
Wing dings.
Sans serif.
Wing dings, not wing nuts.
No, those
something.
are-
I don't
those
So
know.
what I do is I
Right,
go
right.
through and I edit because every single person wants us to explain the entire history of everything they've ever done since time began. I narrow it down to like maybe 2-3 sentences, get the bullet points out.
Right.
So then in that original font, it comes down and it winds up from 40 pages. It goes down to maybe 10.
Nice.
Then I make the font big so that God can read it from above as he's looking down on our scripts.
As he should.
And then it becomes 125 pages.
Good.
One word per page. This is a Mustang.
Should
A drag. Wait for it. Queen.
Follow-up question. I may or may not have a long ago stolen refrigerator dolly from U-Haul. Do I need that to carry my script?
No.
Should I bring that along?
No.
Okay.
But I'd like you to keep that dolly just in case anybody ever needs one.
Well, duh, why do you think I still have it?
Well, and I have some moving pads that we aren't going to talk about from 1978.
Sure.
Anyway, but if you need help getting any engraving off of that dolly that registers it as theirs, I'll help you.
Fair point. You know what? I've been schlepping that thing around just as is. I've even like pulled it literally out of a U-Haul as I returned it, and nobody said a damn thing. Not ever. Not.
Is it
never.
a different color than what they currently use?
Nope. Orange.
Or still orange?
Still orange. Still says
Orange.
U-Haul on it.
Well, I'm down. Well, they
We'll take care
emboss
of that,
them.
apparently.
Yeah, the last time I returned to U-Haul, I was like, oh, I forgot my dolly. And I pulled it out and I threw it in my truck. And nobody said goddamn
That's cutting
thing.
it pretty close.
I
No
know,
one asked if you
that's
had a
pretty
lawyer.
ballsy.
I loaned my moving pads that I've had forever and have moved multi people. In fact, I think his move, where the couches were light as a feather.
Light as a feather.
I loaned those to somebody who was
yeah.
moving, and they oddly rented a U-Haul truck, and I threatened them with an inch of life. I'm like, I swear to God,
If those go back, right.
those can go in the truck and move, but nobody from U-Haul can ever see them. Like, do not show them anywhere. And I got them all back.
Good.
I got a dozen. I got a whole
I
dozen.
love that we're very protective of our stolen
items.
our
Yes.
stolen moving equipment.
Yes.
Because that shit is expensive.
Contraband. A new
$10 for the weekend for the dolly that I have.
$10 for the weekend.
$10 for the weekend.
My dad had one to move beer from house to house. That's the reason we had a hand truck.
That's also well because you guys had the beer delivery.
Right, so you had to
Once a week.
divvy it up.
Right.
Couldn't make that man stop at 3 houses.
No, that's too much.
costs
It
more.
would take away the whole fun of making the boxes that the Christmas tree stood on.
It's fantastic.
Because it's
Because
true.
it's true.
The
I
touching
love it.
stories of Christmases of yore.
I know, and I keep forgetting. The next time I talk to my sister, I have to ask her if she remembers what the name of that beer was that came on the truck, because it certainly was not a name brand. Like, it certainly wasn't, here comes the king, here
Was it
comes
like
the
a
big number
Schlitz
one.
or-
Can
color.
you text her now? Will she answer?
Ham's the beer refreshing.
No, it's too late. If
it
she's
Bla-
listening, she'll text me.
Was it
It's late
Blatz beer?
Old style.
That sounds like something it
Hams.
might be.
Old style.
That sounds
or,
legit.
or ham, Schlitz, right.
Stag.
those are-
Schlitz is
Oh,
everybody's
God.
grandmother's beer. Every time you say the word Schlitz, somebody goes,
Not
"Oh, my
heard
grandmother
or
drinks
thought
that."
of stag.
Still.
Still,
That's fantastic.
Oh, I hear you. My sister said it either snowed on Easter or it was gonna snow on Easter, but whatever day it was. And I remember
Where?
in Niagara Falls.
like
was saying
way
that
back
it's
in the
still
day?
no, like
oh, like this year.
Oh yeah,
like
it
2 days
snowed
ago.
in Minnesota, and I think it has still
Easter
been
present.
today. I
Yeah.
think it. You never ever know and as you never know with the weather.
I
It's
was
like,
home for my
fuck.
birthday 2 years ago, and it snowed on May 10th.
Right. My mom's birthday is May 1st, and I remember April 29th, April 30th, years ago, and maybe sooner than that, but I've been gone for quite a while. It snowed like a blizzard.
Yeah.
It was like, wait, excuse me. April snow, fall
brings maybe summer in
maybe-
July.
Right,
But I was
exactly.
home,
It's like,
and I had forgotten about the possibility of inclement weather in May.
Yeah.
So I landed on a Thursday, it was nice enough to have a bonfire. Then Friday, I ran out in the afternoon because my hotel was down by the falls.
Sure.
So I took some pictures around the falls, ran around, and then it started to get chilly, and I had to get to my sister's house. So I jumped in the rental car, and by the time I just got, and you could see one from the other. Like, you could see the bridge that I crossed to get to her house from where I was. And it started to snow, and then it just continued to snow, and the next day it was freezing for the graduation. Like, it was just fucked up.
That's terrifying. Robinson year 16.
Yeah. Spring, yeah. We all know.
Yeah, it really is. I had friends that are like, "Oh, we're having a barbecue."
Oh my God! See, Debbie's listening. The Duke and Yacht Club beers.
Oh, I don't know.
I've never heard of that.
And they delivered to our house, so they weren't going to be reputable.
The Duke
Awesome.
and Yacht Club.
I think she means
sounds
two separate
fancy to
beers.
me.
I think Duke was one kind of beer, and Yacht Club was another. And I
was gonna say,
Yacht
the
Club is
two
a
of those
really
guys.
fancy name for what was going on around 60th Street with a hand truck and the Charles Chips. But
Charles Chips.
and one time my father was
Charles Chips, you said?
Charles Chips used to deliver to our house. The Charles Chips truck would come around.
Oh, I thought that was like forget it.
the delivery man's name.
Got it. What, the
no, it was like a
delivery
chip,
name,
and we would get
the-
big tins of like pretzels,
Right,
chips,
right. That's what
possibly
I was thinking. It was
popcorns.
just that. Okay.
Oh,
Oh
Jesus
my
Christ!
God.
Yep,
Is that it?
Yeah.
Is that
that's
it?
it. We got a
Now,
picture.
what about Yacht Club?
Stand by.
Put the link in.
And then now,
All right.
now
Please,
my
I
dislike
say.
of beer suddenly makes more sense when that was the swill that was
Well,
being passed around.
absolutely. May I just?
Yeah, please. What do you want? Oh, I did not see that coming.
Thank you.
What'd you do all week?
You know, not a lot.
Because I feel like that's the segment we're on.
Yeah, I know, right?
Is that where we're at? I forgot.
We've been waylaid, but
Oh!
a rim job.
That was
amen.
oh
almost.
shit! Half
Here
the
we
show's
go
gonna be
again.
this.
Well done. Well done.
Well played.
Very
Thank you.
impressed.
Thank you.
Anywho, kind of without even kind of going into it, shitty week for different reasons, but we did celebrate dating back for Erin's birthday a little bit, and then her dad's birthday last Saturday, and we went to True Food Kitchen. I don't know if you guys have ever
Oh,
been.
in
Biltmore?
Biltmore.
And it's very funny to me.
That looks familiar
What
too.
is that one? Lindsay?
Yacht Club beer.
Yacht Club beer.
That's terrifying.
Wow.
Let's see if we can still order it.
That looks delicious. I'm gonna find it.
Oh no!
Yeah, let's
Now
see if we can
know
still
why.
order
Get
it.
some.
And my sister in this we'll say 7th grade. We'll make it a little bit more respectable. She made wine for a science project at school. It's like a 13-year-old.
I love it. That's fantastic.
Nice.
Hello, my name is Al.
Hi Al.
They say if you drink under the age of 12, even try it, that you'll become an alcoholic.
Not too
I
late.
have an article.
Huh.
I have an article in here. Just telling you.
Good to know.
Not for tonight, just in general.
I like when
As
they
a
say that shit
reminder,
is like
I
a
think it's
gateway
more of
to
a
heroin.
reminder.
Nuh-uh.
No. Anyway, yeah, we went to True Food Kitchen, and for those of you that don't have that, it's kind of like they go out to a garden, they dig up some vegetables, and they put it on your table. And
Yeah.
they're like, here. And you're like,
In,
blowing the
in
dirt
olden
off
times,
of
they
it.
called that food.
Yeah.
they do call this food. But for $11.95 serves two, you can have this
Sauce on the
carrot
side.
that you're trying to clean off a little bit, and this other.
It's just a little
zucchini.
dirt. It's not gonna.
Oh,
hurt
I don't
you.
mind. I didn't eat it, but Erin and I had that before. So she said, "This is where we're gonna go. Do you mind?" And I'm like, "No, I don't care." She said, "They have this chicken thing." I thought, "Thank you, God," because I love vegetables, but I like them cleaned. And
and
ready.
you just have to know how to order there.
Right.
And you got to, because there's
And I
some
don't.
good stuff on there, and then it's a good place when
Great breakfasts.
when my friend Renee is around, we'll go there because he doesn't drink, and you can go there and have interesting drinks that don't have
Yes.
alcohol in them.
That's very
they have
true.
they have delicious like ginger lemonades and all these like wonderful little drink combinations of like fresh juices and fresh squeeze stuff. That's
And it
actually
really
really
is
nice.
good.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
nice.
I don't
It
have-
is.
it
It
was-
is a little. It is a little pricey.
It is, but it was wonderful.
But it's
And
fresh
Erin's
food.
right. It was this wonderful
Cardboard
A
marinade.
ringing endorsement from Molly.
Right. You really
Yeah.
have to know. You really have to know what you're ordering there because it's simple. It's simply made. They don't add a lot of shit because then you'd end up with like
Non-true foods.
non-true foods. So and you really have to ask you have to have the person guide you because you think you're ordering something that sounds
Absolutely.
good, but then you're like not with
not
all the
really.
ingredients.
Yeah.
It's like when someone tells you they're giving you like a flour-free brownie. Just set
yeah.
that down and walk away.
Just walk away.
Right.
Yeah, we had
so clearly
a
you don't want. So
flour-free
clearly I'm
cake,
not eating your.
and I was like,
Right. So you
Not
have
so
to
good.
know, like, unless you're into that, punish
Right.
yourself lifestyle. These are not your foods.
That tasteless kind of
So
thing.
ask them, like, without GMOs and all the things that we love and worship at the grocery store, what's going to taste like food when I eat
Right.
it? Because, you know,
The
I'm not
breakfast-
Amish. I didn't grow up like this.
real good. Real
Yeah,
good.
'cause
The
you-
scrambles and all of
Right,
that.
right, right.
Add some cheese to that. And, oh, yeah. Smoked mozzarella, I think I added to my... Oh, real good.
Yeah.
But we did that, and that was fun to just kind of get together and see everybody. But otherwise, kind of a horseshit week. And in a few weeks, I'll be able to make a fun announcement that I'm very excited for, but not yet.
Your preggers?
Hooray!
Well, I'm showing, but I don't want to talk about
all right.
that yet.
All right.
I don't want to make the announcement
You said in
yet.
3 weeks?
2 weeks, 3 weeks.
2, 3 weeks. So 2 and 3 weeks, you get to make a good announcement. Can you make a bad one now?
I already did. It was a shitty week.
Okay.
I don't know if you listened.
All right.
But other
So,
than that, just good. It's been a week. It's fine.
I'm so excited about a new baby in the family. I'm gonna start planning.
Yes. Could we have Duke beer and Yacht
Yacht
Club?
Club.
Can we name him Duke?
Duke of Yacht Club.
Duke of Carlson?
Duke of Dr.
Yes.
Ben Yacht Carlson.
No, Duke of
That's
Carlson
your
will
that's
do.
your Jewish name, Dr. Ben Yacht Carlson. I like it.
Oh my God, my friend the Jew is gonna be so excited. Wait till I tell
Dr.
her.
Ben Yacht Carlson.
My friend the Jew.
Well,
There
'cause
you go.
I go hiking.
Wow, nothing says I'm accepting like that.
Because she has the one. Could you write down Jewish people?
No, I don't think we're there
Jews.
yet. I don't think we
Oh
can
no,
write
we
them
wrote
down
them
yet.
down weeks ago.
You know, my friend the black
Write them
guy.
down.
I
Oh,
just,
yeah, right.
I love on Community when they're like, you have to say the whole word. She's like, what do you
Jewish.
Jews do at Christmas? She's like, say the whole word.
Christmas.
No, she's totes okay with it. In fact, she's the one that brought it up. She texted me one day because I went hiking with her and another gal, and she said, "Okay, so next time we go hiking, we have to go drinking afterwards." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, I'm down, but why?" She says, "So that I can start the joke with." A Jew, a German, and a homo walk into a bar because the other gal is from Germany. So
You know, I just,
I'm enjoying Meow Cow.
I think it should be the
My
Jew, the
friend
homo,
Jew.
and the
Oh, cat.
lesbo.
right.
hey,
love it.
if starting your joke is why I have to go into a bar, I'm in.
If you
Seriously, I was
insist.
like, all right,
Sure.
that
twist
seems
that
fair.
arm just
Exactly.
a little bit.
Exactly.
I'll have a pint.
Please.
Sign me up for a
Could
pint.
you have the Jew pay for it? Put that in the Jews tab.
All right, there it
Done.
is. Now they're on the
Done.
list.
Now we're
There,
on. Okay,
very
good. I knew that I could get there.
Oh.
Well,
Well, Aaron, come on. I mean, I got a little, half Jew sitting at home.
oh,
I thought she was pointing at me.
No, sitting at home.
You're not sitting at home.
I mean, I may be one of God's chosen people, but I'm
Hey,
certainly not practicing.
I'm a faux Jew. She's a half Jew. I know some real Jews. I mean, full.
Wow.
I'm even friends with them on Facebook.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Don't come to my house, but you can be friends on Facebook.
You may enter
They've
my
been to my
internet.
house.
Yeah.
They've been to my house.
Lady Perkins, what have you been doing?
Well, I decided,
Subtle.
segue.
I
Subtle
decided
segue.
to give the Coachella Valley another shot.
Oh, how'd that go?
Well, I've learned something.
Yeah.
I'm wiser now. No, I think I chose just because I don't really know the area. I haven't been there since the 80s when I realized that I was like too young for half the crowd. And I was 19, 20 years old and I went too young for half the crowd, too old for the rest of them. Because it was either twinks that were even younger than me or acted too young or geriatric people.
Where are you now in
Doing
that
blow.
scale?
Still exactly the same.
Oh.
Like I'm still not the right demographic for these
I
people.
was hoping he was going to admit some geriatrics here.
No, I mean the one we went to Spur Line, we went to Chill, we walked by another place, we had a fabulous lunch. And I just learned to stay near where that little area is, where the Hard Rock Casino is, and there's another casino there, because clearly it's sacred Indian land. That's what Doug and I kept saying. As we were walking around that little part of Palm Springs, and I'm like, wait, this casino Agua Caliente's here? Like, how is this tribal land? And I'm like, well, the whole fucking thing's probably tribal land. Probably just have to etch out the white people parts of it from what was clearly sacred land. Anything that barren has to be sacred Native American land because we didn't give them any of the good shit. That's my favorite.
Nor water rights.
My favorite Jewy this side of St. Louis. Oh my God, Molly, that was.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I have two people that are Jewish in my life.
I almost peed my pants on Broad City when she said that. My favorite Jewy east of St. Louis. So anyways.
I love that show more than is normal.
I know. And see, you all looked at me
Okay.
funny when I told you
I
the
know.
new season was
and,
coming
and
on.
now
I'm like,
I'm slightly embarrassed by how much I like that show.
fasten your seatbelts and just prepare to be offended because
Yeah.
you go in.
Yeah.
And
I do love the Jew on that one too.
hysterical, Alana.
Oh my God.
So the So that's what the next time I'll just stay closer to that area, because staying close to the theater, which seemed like a good idea, is really Palm Desert is really the Chandler or Gilbert of that particular region. Like it
Say
sounds
Gilbert
nice,
with more disdain.
but I'm not going. Let's just say that. You know what I mean? You can keep your Chandler, your Gilberts, your Mesa. I ain't going.
Huh?
You know what I mean? Not for love nor money.
That's
I'll
a
go
solid
there.
choice.
Like that's once
that's
a
a
year.
really like
maybe
Ostrich
you're gonna lure 'em in.
Festival, Renaissance Festival,
Maybe
on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
There might be something at Chandler Center for the Arts that you might see.
Yeah.
That's why I saw Dionne Warwick 2 or 3 times.
Like we went to the Mason Center for the Arts to see. They're cute boys and they sing a cappella. They used to go to college. I don't remember. Fabulous guys. Can't remember their name.
NSYNC.
Well, we went for we went there for New Year's a couple years ago, and it was for New Year's Eve, and it was kind of fun. And I like that group too, and I can't think what the fuck they're called. My sister and I went to that place. But anyways, it's that's what the fuck that is out there. It's all chain restaurants and strip malls.
Oh.
And the hotel was lovely, and the theater is gorgeous. Now I've seen 2 shows in 2 weeks, and Dame Edna was hysterical. Like, and it was a much better audience than the Linda Eder audience.
Bunch of Yettas trying to get her married off. And
Yeah,
they're not gonna do that.
this was like predominantly gay, but a nice mix of like people that were really in on the joke. Like that audience was responsive and really like up on their timing and following along. And you know, she pokes fun at everyone, and the people in the audience, I think, and it gets borderline mean spirited. Like it's almost, she just stays right on that edge of like, all right, there could be a hurt feeling there
Right.
if they don't get this joke, if they don't know who this is and they just wandered in because they're season ticket holders.
Yeah.
Which is what she kept saying. You know, she calls the audience peasants and makes,
Especially the ones up there.
And she knows her. You know, the people in the balcony, the peasants in the balcony, and then she'll say like a designer name. She's like, somebody will explain it to you. You'll see it somewhere. And then she calls the people in front season subscribers and stuff like that have no idea what they're doing here. But no vulgarity. Like doesn't swear.
Right.
It's all innuendo, and it was off the charts funny. Like the guy next to me, Doug's not a laugh out loud as much kind of person. I was like, I almost screamed at one point. And there was one joke where she was talking about Jesus hanging out with 12 men and how scandalous it was, and how they like to flash their fishnets at them. And that joke just hit on so many different levels with like the religious freedom and like transgender people in the audience and flashing the fishnets. It was a little biblical. It was Good
God.
Friday. It just landed on 100 different levels at the same time. And she gave it a pause, and she almost did the Joan Rivers. Like, I love that joke. Like you could just see her pause and be like, I'll wait. You'll all get it. And I couldn't recover for the longest time. And the guy next to me was like a beat behind me. And then he's going, oh no.
What's that? You came from the other
No,
parts of my
she's
house
gonna-
with a
she's gonna
bad
put a lime
face.
in that. So the
I
concert.
walked in here and it smells like smoke.
Oh.
Weird.
Oh,
Like smoker. Smoke.
well, close your legs. It's a
And
simple. It's a simple
way to go,
fix.
Ernie, if that's smoking.
Yeah. Straight no chaser.
There you go.
Good work, Ernie.
Oh, flash him your fishnets.
Good.
So it really was. It was a fun show, and it was a fun weekend. And Doug was exhausted from his week, and so I mean we slept. Like we went out. We did a little afternoon thing and saw the bars. And it even if it's 81 degrees, that place is even closer to the sun than we are. They claim to be a valley, but without air pollution, that sun's really bright.
Oh, yeah. No filter.
Oh, sure.
Turns out you need some of
There's your no
that
filter.
smog to keep you away from that shit. But it was
Yes.
nice. A couple of nice meals and like good company and very relaxing. So it was fun. But Dame Edna and she's old. She's in her 80s now. So it's her final farewell tour. Oh, the interesting thing.
Share too.
Yeah, exactly. And this one was kind of a joke of like, I'm not going to do that. But at the end, after, you know, it's a standing ovation because you stand up with your gladies.
gladiolas, right.
And you got to do that, and it kind of gets everyone to give her a standing ovation. But it lasted. It was where Linda Eder had to kind of like sneak back out and be like, before you leave, I really have another song. Like, there's an encore, even though you're not really feeling it.
Even though you don't want it,
Yeah.
sit the fuck down.
This one, the people weren't leaving, and snuck out as Barry Humphries. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Snuck out as Barry Humphries in a suit and tie and addressed the audience, and like they had a little bit of a video montage just to show you that he's been doing it. It's now the 60th year of his doing Dame Edna. So 60 years of this shit.
Wow.
And it's from his college. It's from a college improv class.
Huh.
And it was so touching, and everybody was crying at the end of it. He was just thanking everyone that this may be the last time he gets to do this. Like, he's not sure how much longer he has, but thanks everyone for being a great audience. And it was just a really moving little coda to the end of the evening. And after laughing like that, to have this like heartfelt thank you for supporting his career, and that, you know, he may pull a share, but he doesn't know. Like, and this was strictly West Coast. Okay. He went like Seattle, San Francisco, L.A., Palm Desert, and he's not going to Broadway. Like, there's not some big thing, but it was 2 solid hours of an 82-year-old singing and dancing and telling jokes. Like, I
just enjoy the hell out of Dame Hedden.
Yeah, and some really funny anecdotes about Joan Rivers when he was dressed as a man, and telling like how he got his start and how he went on tour, and Joan Rivers being a great friend and suggesting stuff, and so it was nice, very nice. What'd you do?
Well, similar to Kat, getting prepped for Pride Weekend coming up. I've got stuff to do at the Pride grounds, as well as Stacy's at Melrose, our watering hole over here in the neighborhood. Just things to get prepped for. Do that. It's been work. I installed at a system, well, half a system at this point because there are technical issues, but Oasis, the spine hospital over on 40th Street.
Oh, right.
In their kitchen, deli, food service, whatever, install a system there. So we're starting now into the hospital realm, which means I've got to go to Texas later at some point and start installing systems because the company that owns them owns a bunch in Texas. So apparently at some point I got to go do that.
That's fun.
and then I feel, and now that since you're all here, I feel that I owe an apology to all of you, my fellow.
For not listening.
Suck it. Get it, Marnie. Get it. Got it. Get it.
Still going.
God,
Still
she
going.
popped that lime in that beer.
I'm glad I turned around and found out what you were doing.
Well, all of a sudden that beer started to become a friend.
I was like, well, I know why he's apologizing.
Woo!
That's vulgar.
So anyway,
Awkward.
And how did she get under the table?
Yeah. She's just sneaking around this building.
No, the apology.
7:36. Awkward point.
Now the apology comes from I recycle things. I'm thrifty. I try not to spend money on certain things if I don't have to. Well, I had inherited. Nobody died. Well, actually, a restaurant space died. So maybe I'm using inheritance. And I took a large quantity of what they were going to pitch and thought, well, I'll reuse that. I'll use it again. A large quantity of a bath tissue for free.
Yeah.
Thinking.
All right.
Now you found out why it's free?
Yeah.
No, I just found out why it's in commercial applications, not in my fucking home.
Yeah.
So I just, fellow wipers of the staff here, I just want to apologize to you and the listener at home.
Is this in advance or is this in retrospect?
No, in retrospect, because all roles have been changed out. So wipe freely and gladly with a soft touch.
Oh, that time that I bought that Safeway generic
The
brand.
touch,
No.
the feel of cotton.
I really wanted those bears to come over my house and
Yeah.
lecture me.
Yeah.
But
Totally soft.
I apparently
And
spend
then-
way too much time in bars because I didn't notice at all.
Oh, well,
Oh,
you
I
will.
did. Yeah.
I was like, that's what's
it's
available.
The awful part is watching those fucking commercials now with where the woman goes around and asks people how they wipe. No.
What?
There's
What
the
in
line.
God's name are you talking
You know
about?
the wet
Is she
wipes.
talking like front to back or?
No, she talks about like well, that's just good planning.
Well, yes.
Wow,
But
I wasn't ready for that,
You know,
Cat.
there's the commercial with the
Forgot there was
bears
a
always looking
sequence.
at their
Yes,
ass,
yes, yes.
and then there's the woman, and she's selling the wet wipes, and she's saying like you need the two. You know, how do you get it cleaner? And they have like long conversations about using the one then
wet
the other.
Then dry is
wet
a
then
good
dry.
way to go. It's true.
Yeah, and they're selling the wipes.
yeah,
You've not seen these commercials?
I've not.
Oh,
Just by the look on my face,
it
I'm going
goes
to
on and on
I've not.
and on.
That's terrifying.
And she interviews like 3 different people in the commercial, and I'm like, just buy the shit and go home.
Hence, DVR.
Yeah,
all the
but
way through,
but
7
everyone's
times.
terrifying. So
that's
Saturday night
awful.
we're in a hotel room. Hotels of America, get a fucking DVR and get a channel guide. Pay for some goddamn cable for what you're charging us for hotel rooms. First and foremost, don't make me channel surf. It's not
Ever.
it's not the 90s.
It's rude.
That day's gone.
Yeah.
I don't need to put up a fucking channel guide. Tell me what's on TV.
It's
You're
rude.
not going to
I
provide a
agree.
TV guide like
agree.
civilized people. I just cannot stand flicking through channels trying to figure out what's on
Endlessly.
TV. Put up a channel guide. Show me what's on every channel. It's a basic human right. It's like cable and
Jesus.
good
Basic
coffee.
Human right.
I'm serious. I'm not a
For
caveman.
real.
But then
I
we had to watch.
think you should call your congressman.
Then we had to watch all these commercials. But Saturday night, watching CNN late at night, oh my God, every disease. Like Doug and I were listing the diseases that the people that sit at home at Saturday night must suffer from.
Oh my God.
Because they study their demographic. It was just tragic. That's my headline. Next you.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I
British
just wanted to throw something out that we all might just want to tuck away and think about. I'm not referring to a drag queen. I'm talking about
I hate
like
when she
something.
does this.
Well,
Because I'm supposed to actually remember shit, and then I have to.
no.
Oh.
I'll trust me.
I'll write
I
it
already
down.
have
Oh.
this. I already have this down. But Kat, you can go ahead as well. I don't know because the date has not been determined.
Are you getting married?
No. Well, I mean, not yet. Like that's future. She has commitment issues.
We don't have to talk about that now.
Jew commitment issue.
Right.
Half Jew
Ish.
commitment.
She has half commitment issues.
So the best kind.
at either Palms Casino Resort in Las Vegas or Fox Theater in Oakland, which I know nothing about. So Californians, if you know anything about that.
Sounds lovely.
Anyway, Culture Club
Oh, yeah.
coming. And this
They
is
had to
it's the
cancel the
only-
They were in Vegas. They had to cancel because George got sick, if I'm not mistaken.
Right, and they had that would have been like November or something like last.
Yeah.
And so this is coming this summer apparently. So just a thought.
With no offense to good people, but I don't really want to go to Oakland.
No,
Well,
I'd say
and
Vegas.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
would think so too.
I think
But-
Palms in Vegas.
I think I can get raped and murdered here without traveling to Oakland, California.
dicey in general.
Thanks,
I agree,
Aaron, yeah.
and that's kind of what I thought. But I didn't know if like the Fox Theater was a big thing or kind of fun. But I thought that would be kind of fun to maybe take the show on the road.
Oh.
Oh, we're just going to take the week off and go party with Culture Club. Fuck
Oh,
it.
all right.
I'm not moving all
Fantastic.
this shit to do a
Did you
live show
see-
from there.
Did you see Boy George on American Idol?
I did not. I heard about it. I did not see it.
It really was pretty cool.
But I'm sure all the young kids were like, "Oh, this guy could go somewhere. He's going to be big one day."
Who's this kid? He's going to be
So,
awesome.
there
I
was
wonder if
some
he knows that
different-
Missy Elliott girl.
Yeah.
I have to tell you,
It's been like 22 years since the Crying Game, since he last had a hit.
Yeah.
And
Not
here-
that any of you have seen the
and
Crying Game,
here's
but-
my problem with that, though. I'm old enough to know like the 80s happened and to have remembered a great deal of it, but too young to have thought they were cool.
You missed a lot.
I sure didn't.
I'm like, you're
No.
in reach of McKee, so be careful.
You're,
Why
my
is
God,
he
the
gonna
Culture
hit me?
Club, Wham,
Yeah.
Spandau Ballet.
Totally.
I can get down with some Wham. I'm okay there.
There's so many to list. I get all jumbled up.
I know it.
I feel like
Human
there's, like-
League.
I feel like there's
the
like
art
two
technical.
columns of 80s music.
Thank you, Aaron.
And some of it's like really just like emo techie. I don't even know how to describe it. Like it's Culture
Fabulous.
Club, and it's terrible. And then there's like the really
Look at
poppy,
me, I'm like, no.
or really like hair bandy, and then I'm down with that.
I love the hairband.
I always say there's
Yeah.
a good 80s and
Yeah,
a
that's
bad
not
80s.
so good 80s,
That's
right?
true.
And everybody's good 80s and bad 80s, I think, are a little different.
Maybe.
All right.
Maybe. But I just thought to throw it out there that would be kind of fun.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I wrote it down my
I'm
list.
down for a road trip.
Oh,
yeah.
and time
you
the
kidding?
other
It'd
reason
be
we were
so
watching
fun.
TV in the room is because Saturday night we had really good wine, so we stayed in to chit chat and drink all the wine in the room because, again, we were in the Chandler of Palm Springs.
Right.
No,
And
it's tough.
And if we had gone out, I couldn't drink. It's too far to drive.
Oh,
and we were not about to explain to Uber because
What
They
that
were
would look
confused.
like.
yeah, like our hotel was 71-111 Route 11 or some crap. Like
That sounds terrible.
On that note, I think it's time to move on. Our headline section starts out and it goes a little something like this. Headlines, boys and girls, coming at you on a Tuesday night, as we always do. Most everything's accurate and true, but if not, we're not a real news broadcast. Ice cream truck battle halted.
Conceived through the ass.
A whopper of a wedding.
Oh, I love the Oakland A's sometimes.
Road trip for chicken.
Would you like to RSVP to our event?
She's an anal bead lover.
Atta girl.
And one more for me. He took my Whopper.
And can you parallel park after all that?
I did not think you'd have the Whopper, so I'm like, I didn't have another one up.
Well, we'll figure it out.
I
Doesn't matter.
have it.
Well, this story, I'm so glad that justice has been served. And listen up, for you people in areas that have ice cream trucks, you need to pay attention to this. A judge has dismissed stalking and harassment charges filed against an ice cream truck operator who's been accused of trying to run his rival, Mr. Dingaling, out of their small New York town. Prosecutors in Fulton County say a judge in Gloversville dismissed the charges against Joshua Malatino this past week. Malatino and a Malatino, a co-owner of their Snow Cone Joe ice cream truck business, were charged in April 2013 after the driver of a Mr. Dingling truck said that the two had harassed and stalked him. Officials said that Malatino had told the rival operator, quote, that he owned the ice cream business in Gloversville, a city of 15,000 located just 40 miles northwest of Albany. Malatino said that the case led him to be humiliated beyond his hometown because the case made news worldwide. He needs to understand one thing. Nobody owns the ice cream business. I added that last night, but that line is there. I own the ice cream business in Gloversville. Really?
Shut up.
Mr. Dingaling and Mr. What is it? Some frozen ass Joe. Oh, Snow Cone Joe.
Snow Cone Joe.
That's my drag name.
Sounds awful.
nice.
I love it. Well, that fucking Pat Robertson is back at it.
He my buddy.
For real. Like,
Lord.
where does this dumbass just stop? For real.
He doesn't.
He doesn't. That's the
death.
problem.
Schuler died. I'm hoping maybe Robertson's after him.
Do we have him on the death end?
Well-
Don't put him on the death end, because if we do, then he lives.
Oh, Pat Robertson?
Right.
He was on there for a time.
Yeah, I
Or Buddy
feel
Early,
like-
I thought.
Oh, yeah. Betty Early or Pat Robertson.
Is it Pat? Okay, is that at the bottom? I thought that was a different one. Well, good. Maybe
That
that's why
sounded
he's still
almost
alive.
like you said Betty Early, and I like that a
Yeah,
lot.
that's
Betty
cute.
Early.
I have an observation about Robertson, but go with your story.
Well, here's the thing. He's ready to support gay marriage. I don't know if you heard about that. He's ready. But see, he says it's unnatural because no one has conceived a child through anal sex. This is his new argument. So he is going to, God love him or not, devil love him.
Somebody loves him.
Devil love him, I should say. Beelzebub. That he will completely support gay marriage if someone can prove to him anywhere that a child has been conceived through anal sex.
Somebody call,
Not from a lack of trying.
well, there's that. Somebody call science. We got to
figured.
figure this
Call
shit
We
out.
science.
have to figure this
Get
out.
science on the phone.
Because wouldn't that just be fantastic if there was a way?
Hey, they make shit up all the time.
Totally.
Like, they think
That
the
was what-
Flintstones is a documentary. I can make a butt baby live.
I like it. I'm telling you.
Call HBO, call science,
Go ahead. What are you thinking? What are you thinking, Mickey?
and perhaps we should call Malatino Dingaling.
Does screaming, oh baby, does that have any bearing in this at all?
Well, maybe.
I
Slapping
feel
it
like
on
it
the
could
ass,
be.
making it cry. I don't know.
Ride the wave? I don't know.
I've seen all these things done live.
I'm just saying.
Making it cry.
My observation about Mr. Robertson, I saw a picture recently of him.
Futuristic butt babies. I love it, Meow Cow. That's awesome. He's an ass.
There was
no pun intended.
There was a picture of him on something. I don't know where it was. Either I was channel surfing in a hotel in Palm Springs, or it was my own television. Remember Captain Kangaroo? Captain Kangaroo had those.
So
Really
fucking creepy.
desperate to find out how you're going to tie this in.
Yeah,
Come
me
on.
too. I like it.
Come along, science.
You're old enough to remember this.
Yeah, I do. I'm just waiting to see how you're going to tie it
So
in.
remember Captain Kangaroo had that hair and his sideburns all
Yeah,
blended
yeah,
together,
yeah,
and then they
Called a
fanned
wig.
fanned back over his ears. Pat Robertson's are doing the same
Getting
thing.
damn near that, isn't it?
He does. He's a Captain Kangaroo of
Captain
craziness.
Fuckaroo. Yes, I
find a
I
picture of
like
him.
that. I do like that.
And where's
He-
there's that study out about the two people making a baby and you don't need the
We had that a couple weeks ago, and Aaron just posted it
post
in the
the link
chat room.
again.
I love it because calling it, quote, an abomination for a man to lie with a man as with a woman, he noted, I defy these homosexuals to bring forth a baby from that part of the anatomy which they concentrate on.
See,
That's my
it's just
favorite,
it's just
which
another
they
example
concentrate on.
of when you say gay, I
Yes.
see two men fucking. Like
Yes.
that's all
exactly.
that is.
And the thing
Stop
is,
being scared of it.
that
And he's
exactly.
really
Just
fixated
relax
on
and
it.
go
he
with
is.
it.
He is.
I've
you'll
seen that
feel
done
a
live,
slight- You'll feel a slight pressure. It just.
I may have done the musical version of that. Just
Atta
relax and
girl.
go with it.
It's called Wicked.
Yeah.
So I didn't see the clip of when he was talking about it because I'm sure he did it on his.
I almost sent it to you because there's a video audio that goes with it, but he's such an idiot.
So here's my curiosity, because there's that woman, that yes woman that sits next to him that always looks at him and listens in dire interest. So I would like to see the video clip of when he makes this proposal about anal sex and children and all that stuff, and I'd just like to see the face on that woman. She's like, thank God I take it in the ass. There's no kids in my life.
Yeah.
I mean, I just want to know what she's thinking.
I am sending it to you now.
Oh, great. Because the revelation, she's like, oh, God, I hope Pat doesn't know what I do at night. That's what I'm thinking.
Bend over.
No, she's probably thinking that's why I only let Pat take me in the butt.
Yeah, I don't want no Pat babies.
I don't want the spawn of this evil Satan.
Oh, but
growing
the
inside
son
me.
is on that network, too.
In the butt, Bob.
I know it. Isn't that terrifying?
Yeah.
Oral Roberts.
No. But
That's cute.
I
you,
love when
Joe.
people don't see the irony of what you just named your child. Oral. And his brother Anal.
Ain't no babies.
When we lived in
Ain't making
Tulsa,
no
that
babies.
was huge. They're the butt of every joke.
Yeah.
Especially when he's in that prayer terror saying you needed $1 million. Stay up there. Come on, Oral. Stay up there. Anyway.
That's very funny. I like it. Anyway, so I didn't really at one point want to give this asshat any time, but then I thought, well, if we can form a campaign to because he's defying the homosexuals, let's try to find out.
Seriously, you don't need. I mean, they make so much shit up that they don't need science for. We can say anything.
Right. Anything that we want. And but then again, I don't know that we need Pat Robertson to condone.
No, that's where that sentence ends.
Yeah.
We just don't need Pat
We
Robertson.
don't need him.
Period.
Oh,
Yeah.
the end.
That's
Stop.
According to my
And
English
scene.
teacher, that's a full sentence.
Right. I like it.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Well, we've all heard in many segments on late night TV for wedding announcements of people with last names.
Fucked up names. I love those.
Like the Banger Harder wedding.
Right.
What do we?
I can make a butt baby live, Al.
Good. It's good to know. And
Can we get that embroidered onto a sampler?
Yeah,
yes.
I know.
Can I get it on a pillow?
I need a new
some
pillow.
crafty bitches.
That's fantastic.
I
Bob.
need a new
like
pillow.
it.
So
So the Banger Harder, the Cutter Deeper, all the bad.
Right. The Seymour buds.
Seymour, right? Exactly.
Right.
Well, dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to join Burger King and Burger King in matrimony. Burger King brand actually proposed on Monday,
Burgermeister,
and
Meister
Joel
Burger.
Berger and Ashley King accepted. The company is paying the expenses, providing gifts for the July 17th wedding of Joel and Ashley Burger King in Jacksonville.
I would have never
That's
thought
so
of that,
nice.
and that's
That's what
so
they did.
easy to put.
Yeah.
Like those are two such common names that.
Oh, I have a picture too. This
Such a
picture.
cute picture.
Here, the oh, I didn't
Is it
even
of a
take
Whopper?
that.
Like, what
no,
about
it's
that?
not of a
The
Whopper.
betrothed.
So they actually shot a picture of themselves at their wedding announcement outside a Burger King because they have been they've been together since 5th grade. They've been friends, and they've always been known as when your friends. Oh, well, is Burger King coming?
Have it your
Everybody
way.
knew.
I bet you Batman and Robin are jealous
Have
now.
it your
So
way.
they flipped the
bet.
name so that Joel's would be first in the announcement. Normally the woman's name is first, but then it would not have been. It would have been King Burger, not as fun.
Special order. Don't upset us.
So apparently they've been friends for many, many years, and then they've decided to get married. And then Burger King found out about the picture that went all over Facebook. Then Burger King called them over
Are they
Skype.
friends with science? This Burger King?
Well, I don't know.
We're trying
just-
to call science. Carry on.
I just liked it that you made it an entity. Burger King called today. It's just funny.
It's a person. Corporations are people.
Oh, I know. Citizens United.
So a media rep from Burger King called them on or Skyped in and actually offered to pay for their entire wedding and cater it. And then, of course, the commentator wanted to know, define cater. Is my wedding going to be only chicken fries and Whoppers?
Hey,
or what?
if I can get a chocolate milkshake,
For real. Because
Yeah.
look, those chicken fries are not fucking around.
I haven't had them yet, but I've seen
I'm
commercials.
glad they're back.
and I'm just saying, a Whopper with cheese, no pickle.
I enjoy.
And the
Oh,
I'm
chocolate
in. I'll
shake
take
is the
the
way to go.
pickle.
Yeah, Whopper with cheese, no onion. I'm down.
yeah,
yeah.
Totally down.
it's good eating.
So I thought that was kind of a cute
It's
story.
better than-
People are so fucking picky about what. Who
It's
gives
almost
a shit
as
what
good
you
as
eat at a
pizza.
wedding? If
Almost
I'm
as
worried about
good.
what I'm going to eat, I'm going to go eat first. I don't care what you're serving at your wedding. You can just line up a tray of pizzas. Is there booze?
Yeah.
Unless steak is an option. If steak's an option, then I'm having the steak.
All right, but please, they just
Well,
cook 400 of them. What are the
they
odds that
used to
yours
have
is
a
going to be
steak
well
sandwich, I
prepared,
think, maybe.
or didn't? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's
I'm
very
I'm
rarely
actually
going
not
to
that
be.
picky about steak.
Okay.
I guess I'll take this picture.
But for me, I'm like,
Been up there for
wedding
an
food
awful
is
long
not
time.
that exciting. I just don't give a shit.
No.
It's all mass
Chicken or fish,
served.
chicken
yeah,
or fish.
chicken or fish.
Right.
I like it.
Never choose the fish.
Throw out a tray of pizza, some wings, get the booze out, and play some halfway decent music.
I'm coming to your wedding.
Yes, totally.
I duck out on those all the time. I'm
Open
like,
bar.
oh, have to work. Sorry, I can't come.
If he gets married after he's pregnant, he's going to have a bastard butt baby.
From your mouth to God's ears. I'm just saying.
Oh, I wonder if Bed Bath & Beyond would take on that.
Bastard
that
butt
wedding.
babies?
Uh-huh.
A lot of alliteration there. My
I
God.
like it. Bed Bath & Beyond will
The
be...
BBB, the BBB,
Coming this
Beep, beep,
October to
beep,
Bed Bath & Beyond. Bastard butt babies.
That's in the beyond part.
I like it.
Bastard butt baby
Ooh,
bouncers.
that would be
Every time I'm in that place and I see something that's not from Better Beth, I'm like, what is it called?
Bed Bath
It's
and Beyond.
Beyond.
From the
I already
beyond.
forgot.
Beyond.
Bastard butt baby booties. Can have them bronze.
Now, we have to be
that-
careful, otherwise the BBC will get mad for butt baby conception.
See, that's a good call. Maybe they'll pay for the procedure.
Right, right.
Could
The
be a procedure.
procedure.
We'll call it a procedure now.
I do it for free. I don't know who's gonna,
You're going to carry it?
Dinner is not free.
I probably bought dinner.
Legit.
You'll be fine. So, when one stadium announced LGBT Pride Night, angry fans sold their tickets.
That's
So
a
this
great
person
thread.
bought them all.
That was nice.
If attending a baseball game on LGBT Pride Night makes you all that uncomfortable, it is probably a good idea to sell your tickets. And I have the perfect buyer, me. This gal who is the girlfriend of one of the pitchers, her name is Iran, I believe is how it's
So far away.
Just run with it.
something. Dolan.
European?
She's
Burger
dating
King.
a pitcher, Sean Doolittle. She wasn't about to let the negativity of others keep the team from having a successful Pride Night, so she offered to buy tickets from the angered fans. On her thank you baseball blog, she laid out her proposal. So, A's fans, if attending this baseball game on Pride Night makes you uncomfortable, she is the perfect buyer, she says, as I had stated before. If you'd like to sell your tickets to June 17th's LGBT Pride Night game, I will buy them from you at face value. As many as I can, no judgments, no questions asked. From there, I will donate any tickets I purchase to the Bay Area Youth Center's Our Space community for LGBTQ youth.
Hooray.
I know it, right?
It's a really
Her
nice
plan
trend.
was a hit with fans. It was so successful that she started a GoFundMe page, which is what we need to do, to raise money for additional tickets for the LGBTQ Youth Center Community Center. Dolan and Doolittle agreed to match all donations up to $3,000. In less than a day, the page had already exceeded its $6,000 goal. She also provided a bit of an explanation on why this issue is so dear to her heart. It's about her mom. Or rather, her moms.
Yeah.
Many people don't know this about me, but I have two moms. My biological mom, Kathy, and her partner, Elise, who grew up in the Bay Area, are both diehard A's fans as well as super gay. I love
Super lesbian.
super gay. Like they're
Motorcycle
so-
included.
As opposed to the regular kind of gay, I prefer
know,
the super gay.
which is what I love about this.
Now, are their
Like,
babies dual
they're
twat babies?
so
Like, what are they
gay.
called?
No, she
What's
said-
their vulgar
she said-
nom de plume?
Like they're so gay for each other that they've fostered a long-term loving
Turkey baster babies.
relationship.
Oh my god.
Likely no different from any heterosexual loving relationship you've seen or been a part of, which I thought was fantastic. They're so gay
Yeah.
that this is
Yeah.
how they've been. While this is the A's first ever Pride game, other teams have been doing this for years. The Chicago Cubs Pride games date back to 2001, and the team has been really involved in the city's LGBT community, which I did not realize. San Francisco Giants have held LGBT games for more than a decade.
Obviously.
Durr.
Right, but still, it's something I didn't realize that.
I
truly
knew
didn't.
that part.
And last year, Major League Baseball hired their first ambassador for inclusion, former player Billy Beane. And I just thought the overwhelmingly positive response to Dolan's plan is just the latest sign of progress in the world of baseball and kind of in the world.
And her,
I mean, for real. Like
her boyfriend, the pitcher, she's the catcher in this story.
correct.
Her boyfriend, the,
You don't know that.
Correct.
No, yeah, I
That's
don't
how she's
You
gonna
don't
get.
know
That's
that.
how she's
You
gonna
don't
get
know me.
pregnant.
He matched her, not just with the donations, but he bought tickets as well.
Correct.
And came out very vocally as a supporter of the whole thing. And it's going to be a big day. But both of their pages were so very kind. Like, they
Yes.
weren't pissy to anybody. There was no, like, you're an asshole if you do this. It was all no judgment. Just tell us you want us to buy the
Right.
tickets. And they filled, the stadium's full. Like, it's sold out.
I know it. I love that. And there was
And it's June 17th,
I
so it's
love
still
that
like 2 months
that's
away.
The A's
Ah.
logo for that day with the flag.
Cool.
I want one of
obviously.
those.
I know, right? The sweatbands. are
They available?
No, just
Online?
checking. None of this at any point was ever Obama's fault, was it?
It may have been
About comment
in
four.
Here's the
The comments, she
The
was
comments,
nothing but
yes.
kind, but the comments underneath it
Yes.
got ugly. I mean, so
super
fast.
ugly. A number of fans let loose on the team's Facebook page and Twitter feeds, rattling off offensive, ignorant, and often homophobic responses. Are the players going to prance from base to base? Is the starting pitcher going to literally throw like a girl on purpose? Is the team going to have rainbow-themed uniforms? Parents, please note this is not a game you want to take your kids to. What other fetishes are we going to recognize at baseball games? The team stood by their decision, however, with the team's vice president of sales of marketing telling the San Francisco Chronicle, I think you can find a few people on Twitter to backlash against anything.
Right.
The wide majority of our fans will be supportive or have no opinion.
Everybody, I
And
mean,
all of those
everybody
people,
involved
fuck
took
off.
the high
Ridiculous.
road. The high load.
Aaron, I saw that. And forgive me, Al. I saw that Aaron had. I'm sorry.
You're good. Keep going.
That Aaron had responded about the heterosexual pride.
Yeah,
night,
oh, yeah,
because
no.
Someone made that comment. Well, when is it going to be heterosexual?
Every
Well,
fucking
every
day.
Other fucking game.
Yeah,
You
and
know?
it was good that everyone
Thanks,
in
Clayton.
the
Sorry about
everyone in the organization
I know it.
took the high road with their comments.
Yeah.
No one did any bashing or judgment.
No.
Everybody was just like, if you don't like it,
Right.
someone's offering to sell it to buy your ticket.
And my-
like, just do it and shut up about it.
Right.
And it sold out fast.
And my favorite is that it goes back to that hockey story that we had a long time ago. If you can play, you can play.
Oh
Right.
my God! Did you see the Notre Dame
Yay.
one?
I did not.
Oh, I posted it this week about.
Okay, I'll have to look it up.
Notre Dame put out a thing about their inclusion. That's a Catholic college,
Yes, it
for the
is.
love of God.
Yes, it is.
Molly said it was from a year ago, but they're now pushing it as their response to Indiana.
I love it.
Because Notre
All right.
Dame's in Indiana, am I right?
We'll continue on with this
must be,
topic and
yeah.
so many more things. It's the end of hour one. Hour two, coming up next, Al will give us our
Thank you.
drinking
That's
word, and we
awesome.
can continue on with the show number 210. It's on a Tuesday night, the 7th of April. We're coming to you live from Phoenix, Arizona in Studio C. We'll be back in just mere seconds right here on Q Talk America.
You've been listening to the show on Q Talk America. This is Q Talk America.
The following broadcast contains adult humor, language, and topics, along with partial nudity. Actual knowledge is used sparingly. The show is a result of a lost bet and a bad game of rock, paper, scissors. It's the show with Clayton McKee. And now, a man with a face for radio, Clayton McKee.
Good evening again, everybody in the chat room. Harrison, Aaron, Tomo from New Zealand, and everybody else. Thank you for being there with us. This is the show. I'm Clayton McKee, your humble host and hostess, whatever I self-identify.
No.
Sitting around the table here in
Do
Studio
you have an
C.
announcement in 2 weeks, Bruce?
Might be. Kat Carlson is on my
Hey.
left at the end of the table. Marty Ryer and Al Perkins rounds out our
Hello.
round table right here. Thank you for being with us. As we do at the beginning of each and every hour or two, we have to take care of a little business, and this is it's a fun thing. You'll enjoy it. So listen along, play along at home if you will, and here we go.
Oh, and join in the chat room.
And now, a drink along. We dare you to stay awake during this royalty-free music and to play a drinking game with us. If you are currently or soon to be driving a car, you cannot play. If you are presently the primary caregiver for children and or the elderly, you may desperately want to play, but no. If you are listening from a rehab facility, you are disqualified because you already hit bottom. And that means you already won this game at least once. If playing this game is in any way illegal for you, put the bottle down and make better life choices. There is no good in your goodbye, and there is no lifeguard on duty, so you will be swimming at your own risk. Tell your lawyer to take the fucking day off. You can't sue us. We warned you. Good luck.
All right, well,
Hi,
like
Tyler.
it comes with a short story.
Oh,
everywhere we went the other night because there was some
PGA.
PGA golf.
LPGA.
I saw
Lady
something about
golfers.
Dinah Shore somewhere.
Yes,
LPGA was in town, and so we saw a lot of lady golfers. And there was a welcome Dinah Shore sign somewhere that I think I took a picture of, and I was having a lot of fun with. And then we were sitting next to someone who's clearly identifying now as a woman. I
Good.
cannot say anything about what happened the 55 years prior to Saturday's afternoon encounter. But I was having a lot of fun. And we were. Everybody was chatting. Everybody was having fun. It was, all the doors were open because it wasn't too hot. We're all laughing. And Doug and I decided to go for a kind stroll through the clearly sacred Indian land.
Okay.
Because of all the casinos.
As two gentlemen might do.
Exactly. And so we passed by two. Again, we're going to say they've been identifying for most of that day as ladies. And we all had to do a little dance to get around each other. And it was just so funny that she was like, gentlemen, and I'm like, Dinah Shore.
You did not say that.
That's fantastic.
And I seriously gave it a curtsy and a tip of the hat. It was the end of the Wilk, I gotta tell you.
Did she want to bake you a chicken?
Dinah Shore.
great.
So our drinking word is Dinah Shore.
I love it.
I'm on board.
Well played, sir or ma'am.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
It was
Now,
just
how are we using?
any way you'd
how-
like to. It can be a period to a sentence. It can be an exclamation point, however you'd
I
like.
went to the store, Dinah Shore.
Dinah Shore.
I wasn't even trying for that little
Okay,
rhyme.
oh right.
Yeah.
Drinking
That's
word
okay.
is
I'd
I'd like to
Dinah.
use it as an expletive.
I like that too. Dinah Shore, that's awful.
Yes.
By the way, if you don't know anything about
It's
Dinah
a
Shore,
good
feel free to
thing-
Google
it's a
her.
real-
All that's
Dinah
holy in
Shore.
Dinah Shore.
And it was mere seconds after posting the story on Facebook that somebody put a picture of Dinah Shore and Burt Reynolds on my Facebook page.
Oh my God.
And I appreciated the history.
I'm on board for that.
But
yeah.
unfortunately, we
love
passed
it.
the ladies, so I didn't get to see what their what the identified that day as ladies reaction was. But
What would even been funnier is if actually that her first name was Dinah,
oh, it'd be even
Right,
better.
right.
and she's like, "Do you know him? Did you know him? How do you?"
Just a look on Doug's face, and the
Oh my God.
the one that was running around the bar, and Doug didn't realize that we were sitting right underneath a sign that said "Welcome Dinah Shore." It took up half the wall we were sitting underneath. So he didn't know why I kept calling everyone Dinah Shore. And then finally he's like, where's the bathroom? I'm like, oh, it's right over there by the DJ booth. And he goes, oh my God, Al, did you see the sign? I'm like, yeah, about an hour ago. That's why I keep calling everyone Dinah Shore, because I just don't want to miss the opportunity to welcome her.
Well, Dinah Shore, that's fantastic.
Oh my
Oh
God.
my God,
like it.
that is funny. God,
It's good stuff.
Dinah Shore.
And then there was a slightly off-color Asian reference, because
Oh, weird.
it's one of those. I stay at those 3-story Hiltons, or whatever this one was, a Homewood Suites. And we stayed at one in Flagstaff, where the elevator is god awful slow.
Right.
And we were on
'Cause
the
it doesn't
second
have that
floor,
far
and
to
the car
go.
was right outside the stairs. But Doug was tired, and he wanted to take the elevator. But we're behind an Asian lady golfer and all her equipment. But every time the elevator would come down, it'd be filled with people checking out. So they had all their luggage, so you couldn't get on the elevator. So me and the Asian Dinah Shore were standing in line, and Doug looks at me and goes, if you say it with an Asian accent, I'm leaving.
So you did.
I'm like, it's not really a threat. You're leaving anyways. I'm driving you back to Phoenix. But no, we did not. But all I could do was Dinah Thor. And I couldn't even.
Dinah Shore.
You're
Yeah.
looking like a man.
You look like a man.
Dinah Shore.
Oh, Dinah Shore.
And then Dinah Shore branched out, and there was volleyball players in our midst. They grow them tall.
The
I gotta
Dinah
tell ya.
Shore of
They wa-
volleyball
they
players.
The
wa-
Dinah
them.
Shore
They want
Memorial.
I've never heard that. I've never heard the singing.
You really can't
Hi,
go
Nero.
wrong.
You've never heard Dinah Shore sing that
Yeah.
jingle?
see
See
it.
the USA in your Chevrolet.
You remember that
America's
commercial?
That's
begging you to
Dinah
call.
Shore?
Yeah.
Yes.
I
And
don't
she
need
used
to
to
be
sing
an
all
ass.
the-
I honest to God didn't
She
know
used to
that.
sing all the time at the top of her.
I knew that.
Yeah, of her
I knew
TV
that, but
show.
not
When she was going to
the-
bake you a chicken and all that, yeah.
Yeah. but
Someone's in
I-
the kitchen
I
with Dinah.
Certainly have.
And they're making butt babies. Hey, Nero.
Someone's in the kitchen.
Is it my turn or your turn to do a story? Is it me?
I believe so.
Dinah Shore.
Dinah Shore.
Back to you.
Thank you.
However you sound like
Now
All
in
right.
studio.
Dinah
Dinah
Shore.
Shore.
Well, I'm sure all of us, even those of you listening from around the world, have memories of road trips as kids with family members that bring back fond memories and good times. However,
And cigarette smoke.
Or Dinosaur and fighting with my sister in the motorhome.
2,000 miles might seem a long way to go for fried chicken. 2 men from Canada took their sons on a journey to the original home of Kentucky Fried Chicken, and they say it's a trip that they'll never, ever forget.
I have a follow-up question. Is it really in Kentucky?
Well, if you let me read the goddamn story.
Oh, all right. I wasn't sure. Dinosaur.
The Times Tribune reports that this was the third trip to the Harlan Sanders Cafe and Museum for Brian Lufty.
And museum.
One of the fathers who piled his 4 sons into a van for the 34-hour pilgrimage from Montreal, Quebec, or as I like to say, Quebec. His tale of his earlier visits inspired the trip. The friends left on Thursday, traveling to Colonel Sanders' birthplace and burial place before, it's like a full circle, before arriving at the Corbin restaurant Saturday afternoon. For 3 of the sons, it was the first time that they had ever tasted KFC, and the 10-year-old named Jesse said it was delicious. So it's in Corbin, Kentucky.
And the youngest one has recently been diagnosed with diabetes.
Just now.
Yeah, Dinosaur.
He had a big old sweet. He had a big old sweet Pepsi.
Tangentially.
Well, that's a good word.
Wow.
We recently, when the in-laws were in town, apparently they're big fans of the Kentucky Fried Chicken, and the children that live in my house had never had it before because we're not big fast food eaters. We just don't. You know, if we're going to eat out, we're going to go sit somewhere, and we're weird, like sit at the table and eat dinner people anyway. So they've, her dad got all drunk one night and was like, we need some Kentucky Fried Chicken. Go get a bucket of chicken, because that's how he talks to everybody.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like you do.
Screams it at him as he's half in the bag.
Barks at women to do orders.
For real.
Sure.
For real. So they go out and they get the chicken and they set the table like it's actually dinner.
I love it.
And they had the mashed potatoes and
That's
we
funny.
passed them around and everything. And so then the kids start eating and the oldest one puts it down and it goes, do I have to eat this? And I was like, nope, you sure don't. And I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not that person either, because some people will fix special shit for their picky kids, and we just don't do that either. I was like, nope, you sure don't have to eat that at all. Grandpa can have all of that, and what would you like? Because we're going to get you something else, because it's not real food.
I do have to say, if you're on the original recipe, there's no reason to dig past the crust to what they're calling chicken.
The crust is delicious.
The crust is delicious.
Yeah, because it's
I'm
all
not sure
chicken
what's
skin
inside
and
there.
fat and seasoning.
It's all the good parts.
I'm 100% on board.
I just don't recommend getting down to the pigeon or whatever of God's creatures died to be shellacked. And
On our
complete
list of
rats.
sponsors, PepsiCo will never be on the list.
I did my
Which
time
is
with
okay, 'cause I
I did
quit
my
drinking
time with
Mountain Dew,
PepsiCo.
Yes, you did.
We're golden recipe on that one.
11 herbs and spices. We're not where herb came from, but
And just a hint
But
of
God bless
dinosaur
those
flavor.
Canadians for driving all that way for them.
dry crotch from Dinosaur.
Dry crotch. Can you imagine if she is dead,
Well,
isn't she?
It is.
Yes,
Yeah,
she's dead.
very. Also, it is held in a desert, so it's a little.
So a
dry.
yeast infection won't be a
Little dry.
surprise.
No, probably not.
Sad face. That's never a good time.
They have Medicare.
Oh wait, we're having a flashback?
See the USA in your Chevrolet. America's asking you to call. Drive your Chevrolet through the USA. America's the greatest land of all.
I sort of want to drink
On a
gin
highway
now.
or a road
I sort of
or
don't.
levee.
Yeah.
I think a pitcher of daiquiris and maybe a lesbian affair is in order right
Dinosaur.
Dinosaur.
now. And then,
We can't. We don't have the makings for daiquiris yet, but maybe
I
next
know.
week.
And that is on my.
Oh my God, are we having daiquiris next week?
We
I will
could.
learn to make
All
them
right.
because a lady should know how to make a daiquiri.
It's rum and mix.
I know, but those ladies in the 50s that were all drinking and getting abortions, they were not using mix.
And
All
not
right.
talking about it,
Yeah,
Dinosaur.
they were revolutionary roading their
Yeah.
way into good daiquiris.
I won't use mix.
All right, so
Because you know it's got something like simple sugar.
I'll
and,
bring the
It's got to be
umbrellas.
simple syrup
Fair?
and probably strawberries.
Yeah.
A touch of mop and glow.
Oh no, there's no flavors either.
Oh, we're just doing a straight daiquiri?
These were alcoholics. They
All
did
right.
not need to sugar that shit up. Don't you
I
watch
thought
the Douglas
strawberry.
Kirk movies where they're all sitting around drinking martinis and daiquiris?
Yeah, but I never thought about
There was
a
nothing pink in
daiquiri
that
wouldn't
shit.
be strawberry.
Classic rum daiquiri recipe. I got it.
All right.
My
I'll
dog
bring-
is barking at the
I
Chevy,
have,
so.
Well, and also, don't you remember?
I have umbrellas. I'll bring umbrellas.
Now you probably also remember this. And fans of Glee, they actually did
Yeah,
the
they
same
did the-
thing. They redid the. Was it for the Super Bowl? They did the Chevrolet commercial, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, with Leah Michelle singing.
And it came in.
The USA in your Chevrolet.
Oh.
America America's asking you to call.
Yeah, they had a commercial and
That
was my new favorite moment. You totally have got to watch. Yo, you can't watch it back, can you?
No, but I wore the shirt, so it's gonna make YouTube happen.
This one was over here like, that was good lip syncing.
I could see it.
That was some good lip syncing. I'm impressed.
And that's when Finn was still alive.
Yeah, the early days.
The early days, yes.
Yeah, that was a while back.
Anyway.
Good fun. So, how many of you have had to RSVP to an event ever?
I have.
Right,
Sure.
right. And
Sometimes I don't mean it. Sometimes I say yes and don't show.
Well, this card might be for you.
All right.
Because I
Douche nozzle.
laughed out loud.
What if? Sometimes I get busy. You don't know.
This RSVP truly is for a wedding RSVP card that covers every horrible wedding guest that could possibly be invited. And I was hysterical at this.
And Dr. Ben Carlson is an option?
The favor of your reply is kindly requested. Attendance. You either can choose will attend, will not attend. Will say I plan to attend, then I won't show without any explanation, even though you already had to pay for me in the advance head count. Dr. Ben Carlson. Or will attend and will bring a date, even though the invite offered no indication that I could bring a date, but you're cool with it, right?
Sure.
So I do appreciate that. The attendance. I love that.
Right.
But then this goes on and it becomes more specific and more beautiful because those 5 choices are fabulous.
And then
but
pick the one that you think I would check.
Behavior. We'll show up drunk and we'll quickly get much drunker. Or we'll make an unsolicited toast that makes ample use of the F word and a few choice uses of the C word.
Yeah, there's really no reason to guess on that one.
Or I'll try not to make a scene, but there are going to be a lot of people at that reception that I haven't seen in a while, and I have some scores to settle. Or I'm the bride's ex, so I plan to spend most of the reception staring at the two of you with plaintive longing in my eyes.
Plaintive longing.
Awkward.
I think the institution of marriage is archaic and sexist, and I look forward to voicing my opposition repeatedly to whomever at my table will listen. Or can't wait to hook up with the groomsmen in the men's room, then spend the rest of the wedding crying at the bar without explanation. I wasn't sure if that
That's a strong number 2 for me.
Possibility
sure,
right
Al,
there.
that's why I waited, because
I'm
I
on
was
board.
like, well, it could be. Or, lastly,
Oh, there's more.
gonna throw a punch, not sure at who. Weddings just bring something out of me, man.
That one's a
there's
female.
that for the behavior.
That's totally
That
a girl.
one's female.
That's the behavior choices.
Oh, there's more.
There's more?
Then there's gifts. That's why I'm loving this RSVP.
It's very. I was just going.
I will
Love it.
bring you a gift that I purchased from your registry. Or
That's
you're
nice.
getting cash.
Also nice.
Or I'll be donating to a charity in your name to simultaneously pat myself on the back while making sure you get squat.
Man.
Yeah.
All right.
Suck it on that one.
Can't wait to re-gift the shit out of the hideous duvet cover you gave me at my wedding.
Yes.
Or I'm making you a crappy craft item, and we all have to pretend that just because I made it, it's somehow more special than if I'd just gotten you something you wanted. Or the gag gift I bought you is going to be far less hilarious and far more hostile than I intended. Well, lastly, not buying you a wedding gift. Not giving you an explanation. You just have to go to your graves wondering what the hell my problem is.
Oh, that's me.
Ding, ding, fucking ding.
Yep, me.
Lastly, meal choices. This is the best RSVP, I swear to God. Roast beef, chicken, vegetarian, or I have a questionably legitimate food allergy, or I have so many food allergies you'll wonder how I'm still alive, let alone how I could expect to be accommodated at a massive catered event. Or vegan, and I refuse to share a table with non-vegans, i.e. murderers. Or
I.e.
lastly, I don't get much attention from my loved ones, so I want to make the most of this. Please see the back of this RSVP for my extensive list of impossible dietary restrictions. And then lastly, please return this RSVP several weeks after the date requested when it's pretty much no use to anyone. Oh my God, Dinah fucking Shore.
Sure, yeah.
I was laughing so hard when I read that because it's so true.
It really is. They're all good.
Everything about that just made me bust out because I thought, we need to just print that up.
Yeah.
The only thing that it said that it did not have on there.
This is my last chance to get laid before winter.
Or
I'm coming in hot.
Sure.
Exactly.
Like you do.
I'm gonna dinosaur this whole fucking thing. Yeah.
That was very funny.
I'm
coming
gonna
in hot.
dinosaur you. You'll feel a slight pressure. Oh my god.
Here's your baked chicken.
Gluten fucking free.
Oh my
And
god.
And somebody
I
comes
thought
up with,
that
I
was
want it
awesome.
vegan. Everything comes with lettuce. Just get a plate of lettuce and shut the fuck up.
We'll have it on the side so
Yeah.
it didn't
I
touch
say it all
the
the time.
murderers.
I remember Jason Carlton, because I didn't know the difference between a vegan and a vegetarian. I had no idea. I had met these people and just ignored them.
Couple letters.
So
Right.
So Jason
You don't
tells
eat
me
no
about
meat?
Jason was on a date with someone, and the date at the beginning of dinner said, "I'm a vegan," and Jason's like, "We're just gonna end this now."
That's
Like-
good thinking.
God, I can see him.
And so he calls me, and I'm like, well, vegetarians are a pain in the ass, but you can work around that. And he's like, no, Al, vegan. And I'm like, well, I gotta Google this. I don't know what a vegan is. So he told me the whole fucking thing, and I was mad at Harrison. I was mad at everybody. I'm like, what is this don't drink milk and cheese shit? What kind of world are you gonna live in without cheese? Like, I don't want to be there.
Yeah,
I don't want to.
Aaron's
No.
with you,
And,
yeah.
and Jason was so funny. He's like, exactly. We're gonna have a party without cheese. I'm like, that's not a party. We got to go. I'd rather find out I'm somewhere with cheap liquor than no cheese. What am I gonna eat on this cracker?
What do you mean? It's
That's
cheap
probably
liquor?
gluten-free
I know
and
too.
devoid of any flavor, and now I can't put cheese on
I
it
also
either.
have a flourless cake for you.
Oh no! Well, that means it's milkless.
Not
too.
today, Satan.
Not today.
Not today.
And I'm very excited to read Aaron's link in here about the different wedding
That-
invitations. This is awesome. So thank you.
I
Aaron.
made it into probably my late 30s, early 40s
Sure.
without hearing the word vegan or knowing that was something different.
I learned about that early 30s-ish and didn't understand it to save my ass. Neither I don't now.
You know,
either,
I pretty
but
much have a milk IV going at all times. I mean, I've cut down slightly, but I've cut
milk,
down to
half
like
and
what?
half.
Right.
I can't.
Like, you know,
I can't.
no cheese.
He's cut down to the point the cows have stopped begging for time off.
They don't have to dinosaur the nipples every fucking day now.
That cow's not faking a headache anymore. He's all right.
We're gonna make babies.
Oh no, Harrison was trying to help clarify what a vegan was, and I wasn't mad at her because she was vegan.
Joy-free living.
That's mine. Don't even pretend that joy-free living didn't come right out of my mouth. No, but she was trying, because she has a vegan friend or two, and she was trying to like just put up a polite defense of other people she knows against my tirade of ignorance. And I was like screaming at her like, leave those cows alone. And Harrison was like, I'm not vegan. Like, half my diet is cheese. Like, I'm clearly not on board with this. Why are you yelling at me? I'm just telling you about the dinosaurs in the world. I'm not their spokesperson. And oh my God, I was so angry in my bathroom, like screaming at her, like, give me a cow.
I'm gonna have to talk to Carlton about that. I want him to tell the
Oh my
story.
God,
Oh my
was
God,
the
I can
funniest
hear him.
thing.
Oh no.
And there's me trying to be all sensitive and like, touchy-feely, like, I'm so nice to the other people in the...
Those people.
Al, he doesn't eat cheese. Well, get rid of him.
Stop dating.
Oh
A
my
world
god.
without cheese is a world I don't want to
Aaron,
live
I have
in.
a whole spiel about everything that's joy-free in life. Like,
That's
All right,
fantastic.
We've got just a few more of our headline stories before we continue on with other hilarity on this here show. Drexel University law professor Lisa McElroy is under investigation after she allegedly sent her students an email that included a link to a Pornhub.com video entitled "She Loves Her Anal Beads."
Yes.
atta girl.
The email obtained by AboveTheLaw.com includes the subject headline, quote, "Great article on writing briefs and the body copy."
What?
I thought this article was on brief writing would be interesting for all of you to see. The link following that statement didn't include anything about legal briefs, but it is, by all accounts, extremely graphic. Drexel has been made aware of an email that a professor sent to a class of law students and erroneously included a link to inappropriate material. A statement from the university said, according to federal law and the university's policies and procedures, Drexel is required to initiate fact-finding for all reports of inappropriate behaviors of a sexual nature that may impact members of our community. As part of these policies and procedures, an employee may not be put on administrative leave, which is not punitive, during the investigation. May be put on administrative leave. I'm sorry.
I'm pretty sure she's
No.
suspended.
Right.
If not
But-
having to register as a sex offender now.
Now, the funny thing is, One of the comments that was made after the story says, a professor placed on leave and getting subjected to an investigation simply because she accidentally shared a, quote, she loves her anal beads link with a bunch of grown-ass law students. Last week, Lisa McElroy, a professor at Drexel University's law school, made a mistake that any of us could have made, a mistake for which she's now being punished. McElroy did not immediately respond to a request for comment. She's busy watching porn and dinosauring her way through it.
She's dinosauring her nipples.
She's coming in hot.
That's some lazy copy and pasting. Here's what happened. She opened the porn. She went, oh, I'm not in incognito mode. She cut. She pasted. She thought she copied another link, and she forgot that she did not.
Well, sometimes we're watching two different pages at the same time. Like, he watches porn over there while we're doing our
All
show.
the damn time.
That is why he's not listening.
Yeah.
No,
I know.
Because you're boring.
Because there's boys making butt babies over there.
Oh, no. Not on the videos I'm watching.
He's doing a little dinosaur to his little man in the canoe.
Right.
Really?
That's what Heather always calls her clip.
Yeah.
The little man in the canoe. He missed you.
That's a pretty common euphemism, as it turns out.
It's really funny when she'd be like, yeah, it sucks there, and the little man in the canoe didn't see anybody.
Oh, sad. Poor guy. He has the hardest time.
Oh, see, dinosaur. Well,
Nothing says orange golf bag.
I think I just found the name of the show.
Little man in the canoe.
I'm surprised it took this long for a
know,
show to be
right?
named that.
Why do I call it butt babies?
there's nothing wrong
Pat
with
Rossington's
that.
butt baby.
Because Twat Waffle from 2 weeks ago was what,
Dr. Ben Carlson
offensive?
delivering butt babies.
Butt babies in the canoe.
That's the L&D I provide.
Keeping butt babies alive.
Oh, that's very funny.
Al.
Well,
What happened to her? Yeah. Carry on.
Marty got one more story, or do you not?
No, I do. All
right.
And it's sad, yet I found comedy in it because it was awful, but the way that it was written was fantastic. Elderly couple in a murder-suicide in Elmwood Park. Did you hear about it? It was just today.
Sounds hilarious.
Yeah, exactly. Funny
no.
stuff.
I saw it and I thought, well, that's horrible. Except he was like 100.
So,
I mean, you're gonna stay for a while and
Getting
then be
funnier
like,
and
I'm
funnier.
done with you.
I mean, if she's 20, then it's funny.
No, 88.
Oh.
88. But it could be that there was some
Infidelity.
dementia.
Animosity.
Soiled diapers.
Infidelity. You said infidelity. She goes dementia. I forgot
my
who I
mind,
slept
I've
with.
been cheating on
He
you.
forgot to not have an affair. But there was an article that was written, and it went back kind of to last year. They were calling him last week, the Grim Reaper. Because he hacked
'Cause
his
he's
wife
100?
up. He was 100
'Cause
and he
he killed
hacked
her?
his wife up with an axe.
Wow.
Like you do.
Like you do. And
well,
I
good
read
for
that,
him
I'm
for
like,
still being able to lift that goddamn thing.
I'm
Well,
like,
yeah,
what
and you just
in
can't carry her out in one
the
part. You got to
hell?
prop her up a little bit. Have we learned nothing from Robert Durst?
But then this place in the Philippines called him the Grim Reaper, and like went through this whole thing, and it was just their actual article that they had written. They didn't see anything wrong with that's what I'm Dinah fucking sure. That's what I'm saying, babe. He hacked his wife, and the centurion allegedly claimed the
It means
wife
100-year-old guy.
exactly.
Oh, I thought that was the name of the newspaper.
No.
No, 100-year-old guy.
I thought it was the guy that's half horse,
That's
half
how
man.
they put it.
It's a centaur.
Oh, so close.
Similar.
A little bit different. Or
This one's half
Sagittarian.
100, half dead. Now
Still
mostly
dead.
dead.
No,
Unlike a horse.
Sagittarius
Still dead.
is a
Still
centaur archer. It's very specific.
With a quiver, I'm assuming.
I would
In his-
assume.
in his
a
dinosaur.
Right.
quiver. A
In
dinosaur
a boat,
quiver.
in a canoe, however you get there.
No, I'm thinking.
Get here if you
Hey,
can.
there's a funny part coming. Help us out.
No, actually, there isn't. I just was going to read this one first, but he took my Whopper story, so then I was like trying to find
Waffle
something.
story.
Whopper, I said.
Oh, it's a waffle. There's no-
Anyway.
I love
Hey,
waffles.
Grandma, Grandpa, you don't have to shout at each other. You're 2 feet away and you got microphones.
Your hearing must have cleared
Anyway,
up a lot.
I don't know. I was trying to do something there, and then I thought I could, but I couldn't. And the end.
So what's the story that they wrote, though?
That they're dead.
Happy couple.
Turns out, punchline right to the front.
Still dead. Yeah. No.
Marnie's not writing any suspense novels anytime soon.
No. I didn't feel like it.
I thought for sure there was a long story about them missing and something happened, and the whole story just ends up with
Just two
'cause he
people
killed
hacked
her.
up in the Philippines, and it was hilarious.
No.
Is that what
He was
happened?
in Jersey. The Philippines wrote about it.
Now it's funny.
Now
God,
it's
you didn't say it was in New Jersey.
Chris Christie said,
For crying out loud.
I don't know. Anyway, I seriously.
Thank you, Aaron.
She has dinosaur'd you.
I think
More
she
than
dinosaurred
once.
the shit out of me there.
Ernie.
I just tried to find
Ernie,
something
Ernie.
fast, but I love you to death till death do us part. Whatever. I don't know. That was it. The end.
Okay.
Comedy's hard.
Comedy's hard. Yeah.
I was working on it. It just didn't work, and that's okay.
All right. I got two things. I got two things to say. Not about your story. Organic sea salt popcorn. It's healthy. Not very tasty.
It tastes like kind of like
gluten-free.
It's going with that wine pretty good, though,
It's a
isn't
little
it?
bit
Cardboardy a
This
little
though is the surprise.
Forgive me for the story.
This is the high part of Lagarde from the Bordeaux section. This is no GMOs, organically grown. It was $10.99 at Fat and Easy.
Vegan.
And
I love that.
I guess it would be vegan
Okay.
because it's just
There you
grops.
go.
Well, sure.
You're welcome.
But I bought this kind of as a joke, and I thought I'd try it in case I decided to stay sober tonight. It's delicious.
Thanks for sharing, Rose. This couple in St. Olaf murdered each other.
So I just gotta tell you, Les Hôtes de Lagarde. I don't know. It's Les
Your
Hôtes.
French gets worse every week.
It sounds
But
like
it would be Les Hôtes de Lagarde, right? Les Hôtes.
Well, you'd say the S because the H is silent, so you'd say les oats.
Les Hôtes de Lagarde.
There you go.
by
it's
Fabergé.
But it's
Dinosaur.
delicious because it's no genetically modified grapes, and it's from the Bordeaux section, and it was
nice.
$10.99.
Sounds
It's got a lot.
delightful.
Yeah, it turns out I was like, well, I don't know. Do I like genetically modified grapes? I might. I drink
Maybe.
enough. Maybe I'm drinking a lot of them. Maybe I miss them.
Oh, mercy.
Fat and easy, $10.99.
There we go.
Which is worse.
All right, our last story in the headline section before we get to other
Is
things.
it a funny one?
Well, it actually kind of is.
How many
Did
dead
anybody-
seniors
Are
are in
you
it?
sure?
No, nobody.
Okay. Because they were
Did anybody
188
here?
together.
Did any of you actually take driving lessons or no?
No.
Yes.
Oh, I had to.
You did.
It was on
Not
it was
court
in the
mandated.
curriculum.
Yeah.
No, I
No,
mean,
it was in my high school curriculum. Like it was an
Oh.
elective that was pretty much chosen for you. You had to get a letter and elect out of it.
There was some
In high
crazy.
school.
Okay.
There was some crazy law in New York State that to drive past 9 p.m. Before you were 18, maybe you had to take a
Oh, the
course.
Twilight license.
I do
sure.
kind of remember hearing something about that.
But
Pumpkin
I
license.
had my driver's license because and if Debbie's still listening, oh my God, she was so mad at me that I signed up for my driver's license test the day I got my permit. And who the fuck was I to be doing that
Oh,
shit?
wow.
But I wanted to get my license before it snowed. But then when my parents found out they had to cart my ass around after 9 o'clock, they were like, "You are taking this course and getting your goddamn regular driver's license." So by the time the next summer came around and I had my driver's license for 8 months and I got in a car with new drivers driving around Goat Island Park in Niagara Falls. So we're like near a natural disaster waiting to happen with beautiful rainbows and things to look at. I'm like, nah. There is too much to see out these windows. Take us to a parking lot at the mall out in the forest. Don't take us here. Somebody's be looking at the rainbow. We're going to go right over the fucking ledge. I was scared for my life.
Don't die. You're fine.
But my parents were just not having any
Been
of that curtain.
you've had a long life history of driving issues.
So we've
haven't
got
you?
a yes and a yes. Marnie, did you ever take driver's ed?
No.
Nope.
Yeah, I think it was called driver's ed.
And
But it was
I ne-
fun.
I never had
Except
to-
for the near-death
It was
experiences.
with this shady guy named Dick Cubes, and I said, I'm not getting in that fucking car. I'm not.
Dick Cubes.
No.
No.
Dinosaur.
Now, were you driving a white van with no windows, or were you just resting quietly
no,
in the
there was no
back?
Criminal Minds kind of stuff.
Are you
going
selling
on.
ice cream?
I was 100 and she was 88.
I became a lesbian in the back of one of those vans.
Oh,
Oh,
See the USA.
see, it is.
dinosaur.
See the man in the canoe from your back of your van.
Were you able to find the man in the canoe on the first visit?
I don't remember. God, so young, so young.
Correct, Meow Cal.
Well,
You always remember if he got there in the van, right? It's not just the trip, right?
It's not the. It's
Did
not
you
the- it's
arrive
the
anywhere?
journey. I mean, maybe,
Did the man in the canoe swim up or no?
maybe a little death.
Maybe
you don't
it's
know.
because shut up. Maybe it's
I just point to her with the sex story and she ran out of the room. I don't even have to ask a question anymore. I just make eye contact during a sex question and she's in Chandler
Right, she's gone.
/ Gilbert.
Oh, well, back to the reason I asked about the driving lessons.
Oh yeah, story go.
Yeah. New Jersey police say a teenager who had just received her learner's permit drove into an apartment building and struck 3 gas meters after hitting the accelerator instead of the brake.
Oops.
The 16-year-old was getting a driver's lesson from her father Thursday night in Woodbridge when the crash occurred. Authorities tell the Home News Tribune that she stepped on the wrong pedal and crashed into the wall of an apartment building. She also hit 3 gas meters, causing natural gas leaks and leading to the evacuation of 12 apartments.
Atta girl.
No one was injured, and residents are expected to be able to return home late Friday.
Where there may or may not be an apartment.
But there was no fire, no sparks, but just ran right into the goddamn building.
Bitch running over all kinds of stuff. I love
Oh, that was funny shit to me.
It's so similar to my story.
Are we going to beat up any more of the... Oh, here we go. Try to hit it.
I just... Oh, finally. I want to recap
my
Marnie's
God.
story. They're Dead by Marnie Ryer. Chapter 1, page 1. They're dead. The end.
Okay.
Did you notice that Yalco
No, but
got
there was
my
an
name right?
accent there and a Centaurian.
Centurion.
Damn it.
Oh, that's right. The Centaurians were from the... Oh, what was that movie with the guy the face peeled off? Last Starfighter. Those
Sure.
those were Centaurians. You don't know.
Mask?
No. The Last Starfighter is what it's called.
never
It's
heard
about
of
the guy with the... Never mind.
You know what the worst part is? I feel like I've seen that movie.
I know you've seen that
Yeah.
movie. It's... yeah, you've seen it.
I feel like the guy from...
I'm with you, Harrison.
the guy from...
I'm gonna... Because
the
I'm not
Crying
gonna...
Game is in it.
I'm not
Oh,
gonna...
that's Stargate. My
That's
bad.
the second
Oh, no, not
Crying
Stargate.
Game reference we've had tonight.
Yeah, look at that.
Al,
Hang on, because there's famous people in this one, too.
Al, can we toss to you?
Sure.
All right, here we
I
go.
don't want to talk.
Oh. Ah! It's in it! I never remember to flick the little man in the boat.
That's a problem.
Dinosaur.
Dinosaur is always in the boat when I get there.
Lesbian whore.
We have our next live musical coming to NBC.
What?
Does anybody else have Walmart in their stories? Let me know.
No.
Negative.
House of Cards news. Something that Clayton will be interested in.
Oh.
A vacuum.
Upcoming shows. Almost.
Oh, my.
And John Travolta speaks out on something he knows nothing about.
Oh.
Heterosexual sex.
Oh, dinosaur.
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 I wrote that
Okay.
down in case I forgot. All right.
God.
So does anybody? We'll start off with. We'll start a little political and Walmart. Does anybody have Walmart in their stories?
No, you heard
About
all.
how they were...
Because I'm going to ask now
Okay.
before I pee on your stories.
Go, no, you're okay.
Oh,
No, I
that's
have
nice.
nothing current events related. I'm good.
Okay, so Walmart turned the tide in the no mo homo laws in
Arkansas.
And so now this is two things in the same month. First, Walmart has raised the minimum wage nationally to higher than almost every state's average, and then they sent the dinosaur of letters to the Arkansas governor and told him, do not sign that
Veto
letter.
this motherfucker or we're out.
Veto this thing. So I think we almost have to take Walmart off the
I'm not gonna
the
yet.
evil
I'm
empire.
not ready
yeah,
yet.
exactly.
I feel like it's a sham. I feel like it's all smoke and mirrors, and then they're just gonna.
but
hook
they're
you back
raising the
in.
minimum wages. That's a big
That's
deal.
a big deal.
I mean, you start paying benefits, and McDonald's
Now
and
get
Starbucks
your employees to work full time so that they get all
Get
the benefits,
benefits.
and then we're gonna be talking.
and Starbucks and McDonald's are starting to do in their corporate stores tuition reimbursement.
Side note: did you hear about the 24-hour McDonald's breakfast? I'm so excited.
Oh yes.
Oh, that's
Try it in San
Yes.
Diego.
Coming
That'll-
soon.
Margaret.
Coming soon.
That'll stop a lot of people from yelling and screaming at 11:01 or 10:31, depending on your
10
market.
Yeah. 10:30.
And I have to tell you, there's not.
I'm
a,
often one of those people.
There is not a lot of times that I'm gonna like wander through a McDonald's. I prefer my Burger King. If I'm going fast food, I'm gonna look.
Can't hurt you.
But I gotta tell you that, and I don't know
It
if that
is.
bacon's really Canadian.
I know.
I didn't
it's
smell
so
it.
Good.
No.
Those are tasty.
Yep.
I've been known to be in the drive-thru and going, "Are you kidding? You don't have an egg McMuffin just sitting in the back on a burner? I'll take it."
But on a road trip in the morning,
We got an angry dinosaur in the drive-thru.
Dinosaur's here, and she is mad. And the best
She's in
part
a
is,
minivan.
Dinosaur, I think, confirmed heterosexual.
Yeah, I think
So I don't know why the little man in the canoe is just always paddling after her.
She
but-
liked her golf.
So I just thought that-
because of the lady golfers. Yeah.
I really have to say that
But
we
no,
have
good-
to think
good work.
almost good thoughts on Walmart, at least for the week. Maybe go and buy yourself a bike tire or something. I don't know what they sell, but that sounds reasonable.
They do sell bike tires.
good,
Or at
see?
least the little inner tube things. They sell those.
Buy him little man in a canoe, whatever you got to do.
Good.
Do not touch other people there.
Don't pay
Just
for that, though. It's illegal in most
Try not
states.
to open your eyes or smell anything deeply. Cause,
Or look at the people.
that's right. Don't open your eyes.
Then
Right.
you're not dinosaur.
Yeah. Okay. So the NBC has announced its new. Yeah, I gotcha. Announced its next musical for December. and it's going to be The Wiz.
Oh.
Remember, we're all playing on the success of Empire and Blackish and all these shows. We're adding diversity.
Black people are
We're
cool.
adding one of the best musicals to ever come down the pike. Just a delight. So now we're at casting, and I need to be part of the audition
Cast.
process. Now, I'm not auditioning. I just need to hear everybody sing Home. I don't want some pretty girl who's going to bring in ratings. If you cannot hit the notes in Home, you's going home. Like, nuh-uh. We're going to dinosaur your ass right back to where you came from. So I saw it, the City Center Encores.
Civic Center? Oh.
City Center Encores in New York a couple years ago. What they do is every year they pick a show that maybe didn't get the respect it deserved or somehow was overlooked and it's a great score, and they revive it just for the score. They'll do light choreography, some costumes, or they'll do like more, but it's not a fully staged production. And their most famous thing is they're the ones that brought us this new version of Chicago that has no sets, has no costumes, just spectacular dancing, and showcases the score by putting the band on stage, and that has stayed with the show even on tour. Nice. That's why the band is on stage, is because it's from City Center Encores, and they did The Wiz a couple years ago, and I think her name is Ashanti, if that's a person.
It is.
I believe. Could not convincingly scream for water if her hair was on fire.
Sad.
But a beautiful voice. So you didn't even mind how beautifully she sang every song in between horrible acting choices. But the whole thing was beautifully done, and everyone was good. And they went with a singer, not an actress, like they did with Carrie Underwood for The Sound of Music. Seriously, I didn't believe she'd ever seen a child before, or a mountain, or a nun, or drapes. But she sang beautifully. So I was like, it's a musical. That's fine. We'll leave the acting to the grown-ups. So I'm very excited for this, and I really want to see who they cast. All the queers are throwing, all the dinosaurs of the world, I'm sorry, I don't want to be disrespectful,
please don't.
are throwing up their choices. They're not throwing up currently.
Right.
Unless you're bulimic, and then I'm sorry.
Or extremely drunk.
And I
want Flip Wilson as Geraldine to play the lead. I realize he's
honey,
dead.
I think he's dead.
I know he's dead.
I know.
I'm gonna full on do Chandler's
so therefore-
Ross's mother. Honey, I think Jacques Cousteau is dead.
Also, therefore, Whitney cannot play, and I hear Bobby Christina's out of the running.
But they're saying that
sad.
because Diana Ross was so
For now.
miscast,
Maybe tomorrow.
the original time, that maybe it's time for her to come back and play the Good Witch,
The Lena Horne section.
and do that thing. Again, it's a little bit too big vocally for Diana Ross, but she is currently in Vegas doing the show at, let's say, Paris or the Venetian or somewhere.
Sure.
And the show is getting spectacular reviews that all her years of resting and not letting people touch her has paid off. And, reach out and touch. Not so close.
Nope.
Maybe from over there.
Figuratively.
Dinosaur.
And now this is a great big fuck you to the friend who I cannot remember who it was that told me that House of Cards was only going to be 3 seasons because that's all the British one was. House of Cards was recently renewed for season 4.
Hooray!
Also, fuck you to whomever that might have been.
Oh, and a giant fuck you, because we had a great argument, and I feel like it was on the subway.
A close friend, then.
Might have been drunk.
And maybe in New York.
Could have been a homeless guy.
There's a shot
We don't know.
that I was drunk
Totally
and I did not know
dinosaur.
the person next to me.
Yeah.
And maybe I made up their side of the conversation.
He was actually making a house of cards.
Yes, exactly.
On a subway.
In a mirror.
Yeah.
It's not going to last 3 stops.
There's not one bad choice in this whole round table.
Anything could have been possible.
I just want to say it. And I just mentioned to what might have been myself in a mirror, a homeless person or a friend, that
You dress a lot alike.
we do, based on this shirt. This is how I thought we'd get the YouTube working again, is if I wore this horrible, filthy shirt.
Yeah.
Then we'd go
Then
on
that's
YouTube.
when we're gonna be on.
This is what we'd be
That's
going
when
with.
the video's happening.
So
I like it.
I had read early on that Netflix had said as long as Kevin Spacey says yes, House of Cards will go on till he's an elder statesman making trade relations with China happen. You know what I mean? Like, we don't care.
All right.
Kevin Spacey's in. We can be.
He's really fucking good at it, so I don't blame them.
MASH ran 6 times longer than the actual Korean War, so
Yeah.
we're good. He can stay a long time.
He can stay president for 10 years. Nobody cares.
Right. So, but it's back for season 4. So, suck it, unnamed friend, which is what I wrote here. ABC has ordered.
We'll call him Dinosaur.
Yeah, based on a brief. That's his alias, because he's an evil fucker. Anyways,
I love him.
Or it could be a she, because again, don't remember much of the other side of that conversation. Just remember me yelling. ABC has ordered a new season of The Muppet Show.
Yay!
Coming back to ABC. They're kind of deciding between a variety type show or like a situation comedy. How will they do it? You know, what format will they use? But it's been ordered. They didn't do a full pilot. They just did like I can't remember. Maybe Aaron will know what they called it. But if Aaron read
pilot
it,
presentation featuring the Muppets.
yeah. So they just gave like a little taste of what they might do. They didn't actually film a pilot in case there were problems.
Nope.
This Friday on PBS, please. Now this may only work locally.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was a little late to the game. I didn't know you were going to do that story, so I didn't have the Muppet Show theme queued up.
Oh. We're going to play the music and light the lights.
It's time to play the music. It's time to light the light.
I love it.
It's time to play.
I love the Muppet Show because it was so adult, and as a kid, you don't realize how adult it
You
is.
had no idea.
And then when they came back in the 90s and did Muppets Tonight, where they had taken over a TV station, it was horribly, hilariously funny. Funny shit.
The Muppets were always a good time.
Always good.
It didn't
But again,
matter how old you
it was
were.
more.
And they had great guests.
Oh, yeah.
I really didn't care so much about the Muppets, but I loved everyone that they had on because there were always fantastic people doing fantastic things.
I had a really long-running, recurring nightmare about the Muppets, though. It was like Gonzo was terrorizing me, and then the old guys it was a thing, and then they would like throw me off into the balcony. And,
PCP. Yeah.
no, I was like 8.
Best guess?
Again.
What does that rule out?
What does that mean?
I was 8 in Utah. That
Correct.
rules out a lot of
no.
shit.
See? You were on-
That rules out a lot of shit.
Well, peyote's back on the table, though.
Well,
because
that's
of
true.
your deeply held religious beliefs. I'm just playing the odds as a Ute. You know what I mean? You could be.
Not.
That's
That's the dinosaur
two
that.
Utes.
Oh.
That's the dinosaur that Utah was named after. Aren't they the Ute Indians? Or
Yes.
the Ute Mountains?
Yes.
Or the Ute lesbians?
It's the Ute Indians and the Uinta Mountains, which are
See?
not related and not named after.
I made all the same noises you did.
Your mom.
Is dinosaur.
Yo mama. So this Friday on PBS, please check your local listings. I'm a subscriber, smell me. So I get my booklet in the mail about current things.
How
Yep,
come?
see? Because I give them money.
I see.
I felt guilty about never paying them for all the things they give. But this Friday on PBS, locally for sure, check your local listings. Annie Lennox is on Great Performances doing her nostalgia tour. Did you just do a one-cheek sneak that I caught?
I'm trying to figure out why I'm smelling you.
What is Never mind, I now know what it is.
Yeah, dude, it's like prairie dogging. Just think about it for a second.
You said smell me, and neither cat or I can figure out why we're supposed to be sniffing.
It's like touch me. You know what I mean? Like smell me.
Because he stinks of money, because he gives it away.
oh, I see.
I didn't know that was the end of that sentence, but I
How
like it
very
better now that you've said it. I just,
dinosaur.
yeah,
I
it is.
didn't understand
It
at
is.
all.
I'm a giver.
That's how that ends.
I'm
You're
a
a-
fucking giver.
yeah, you're
Smell
a
me.
But
fucking
anyways,
thing.
Anyway.
Annie Lennox this Friday on
here.
PBS
Smell me.
doing a concert from nostalgia. Hopefully, she recorded it early enough to add "Take Me to Church" as part of that, and because I'm nostalgic for that because I listen to that shit all the fucking time. When the Grammys.com takes that down, I'm gonna go all dinosaur on their asses. Let me tell you, there's gonna be a golf club up somebody's ass. But just prior
Will it
to,
make a baby?
and I no.
Okay.
Not from a golf club, honey.
All right, just wanted
You're
to
going
make
to
sure.
need one of the partners to be human, I'm almost sure. But just prior to that, and it might be on the Live from Lincoln Center show, I'm not sure what the show is, but Norm Lewis, who is currently playing Javert on Broadway, he's the first African-American to play the role of Javert. He's got a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful voice. Famous TV, movies, Broadway, but just one of the most beautiful voices. He's the hour prior to Annie Lennox. So it's 2 hours of solid entertainment when they play them. And PBS is very check your local listings kind of people. Because last week they did Billy Porter and the Live from Lincoln Center. And I have it on tape, but I haven't watched it yet. And he did selections from his career and from his new album. I have not watched it yet, so I can't tell you, but I'm sure it's good because he's just got a spectacular voice. I'm very excited. Brian Grazer, what the fuck is his name? Imagine Entertainment. He is the partner of Ron Howard. They do
Yeah,
Imagine
Brian
Entertainment.
Grazer.
He showed up at a convention where he was supposed to be debuting his autobiography. The autobiography wasn't ready in time, so he sat down on a podcast, unscripted, with a guy, and they had nothing to talk about, so they just kind of shot the shit about movies. And he admitted that there are 17 more episodes of Arrested Development coming to Netflix. So again, if you don't have Netflix, please change your life accordingly.
Exciting.
But very exciting. So they're going to do it 17 episodes, one full season, and everyone's on board.
It's only $8.68 a month anyway.
Yeah, just do it.
Wow.
Just come on. Anyways, so very
that
excited
today
about
at
that.
Starbucks.
But
Come
the downside to this story, and I don't know what the fuck is going on here. This thing is jumping all around. Is everyone's career except for Tony Hale on Veep. Everybody else's shows and movies are either not doing well or being canceled. So they all got time. How they'll fit Jeffrey Tambor, but he's doing Transparent on Amazon Prime. But it's amazing that they're going to do 17 episodes. So we're at that'll be season 5. So they'll be syndicated. So they could actually back it up and sell their Netflix show to like TBS and do it. Veep starts this Sunday, so please make sure you're watching Veep. Find a way, steal from people, hunt them down.
I'll give you my password anymore. I don't care. I'm with you, Al. That's one of the funniest fucking
I saw
things
it
I've
on,
ever
I think
seen.
what season are they in?
It'll be the start of season 4, I think.
Because I think I saw the other day on my iTunes, whatever the hell it was on something buy the something for $7, and I don't know if it was the season 1 or if it's I don't know what it was.
I don't care if it's a towel they use that you can smell. You'll just get the funny off the towel, like funny shit.
Wash a
and
lot of
I
towels.
seriously have never run into someone who
I don't
didn't.
recommend smelling people's towels.
I don't either. It's probably a bad idea.
What if they're worth a lot of money?
What if they're hand towels?
Sell them, don't smell them. How's that? It's my new motto.
You just said to sniff you, so I didn't know.
Words to live by.
I always
Sell
say-
them, don't smell them. I'm writing it down.
Sniff the box before you eat the lunch, okay? It's good advice.
That is really good advice.
Wow.
And if it smells like cologne, leave it alone.
That's a cover up. There's that's a dinosaur style cover up. It's good advice, people.
It's not supposed to smell like Curve.
Yeah.
Exclamation.
Oh my God.
Curve for women.
Oh my God.
Or curves to the right for men.
Oh no! No, there's a whole lot of lesbians wearing Curve for men out there. Let me tell you.
Oh yeah.
You wear Fahrenheit.
I don't wear Curve for men.
You wear Fahrenheit.
I know, but I only do that because everything makes me sneeze otherwise.
Oh no, I was offering you a kind of a mumbly
Fahrenheit is the
compliment.
thing you're not allergic to.
Because I'm like, seriously.
Celsius drives me crazy. I don't know how you're getting through it. Anyways,
Kelvin is the worst.
Okay, so Stalker returns, and I don't know if anybody else besides me is watching Stalker, but I love that fucking show.
I love that show.
It's Kevin Williamson who did the Scream movies, and he did. He currently does The Following, which has gotten much better this season. But Stalker returns.
I'm drinking for Harrison's comment. Okay, that's awesome.
Stalker returns May 4th for its last 3, and they left us. Episode 17 ended on a cliffhanger.
Yep.
We knew they had filmed 3 more episodes, and then they let it go for CSI Cyber or CSI Patricia
I'm not a huge fan of it.
Can't even be bothered because
No.
I have to jettison TV because I need to lose 12 pounds by
Get
June
past it.
11th.
Awful.
Yeah, so I haven't watched it, but Stalker
Is it
returns, so
bikini
I'm back.
season then?
No, I have to go to a wedding and I have to dress in big boy clothes. I can't get away with this shirt.
And
Right
what
now,
it means is,
and right now he's in big girl size.
Somebody's got to button up. I want my caftan to be loose.
we call it a moo-moo.
We're looking
but-
for a looking for a camel fingernail, not the whole fucking toe. You know what I mean?
Darling, you know you're fat when the crotch on your caftan is tight.
This is what we're avoiding at this point.
All right, carry on.
And since I'm not going to cut down on the eating, we just got to exercise.
People drive by him on the corner and go, break it up!
Break it up, exactly.
It smells like smoke in here.
Yeah. Again, close your legs.
Again,
Canadian
at a
bacon
girl
wing.
earning.
Dinosaur.
Oh, God.
Every hour and 52 minutes, I have to remind you to close your legs. So Stalker returns 5-4, and it has Oscar winner Mira Sorvino in there, and
Who looks slightly different, but I think looks great.
well, because she's not 20 anymore.
No, but
Yeah.
I think she looks great.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah.
And in Mira Sorvino, in case you're not from, in case Mighty Aphrodite or Woody Allen in some way offend you, her episode on Will and Grace is probably
one of the funniest things
the
ever.
best adult comedy episode of television that's ever been on TV.
Hysterical.
Just outright adult humor without being too vulgar.
Sure.
And it's one of the best episodes of Will and Grace ever.
I agree.
So that comes back then. Just buy bigger clothes. No, Debbie, that's not happening. We're trying out the weight at the. My sister's still listening. It's like
I
almost
love
midnight there. First up, the first wedding is straight people. I'm trying to get out of the wedding part and just go on the trip, but that might not be possible. But the second one is a gay summer wedding, so there's.
Do you have your Xanax?
Yeah, I know. I got to get my Xanax for gay summer
For
weddings.
real.
That one's gonna be. But I have 2 more months to lose the last part of the weight. Anyways, but so John Travolta has decided to. What's that?
Nothing, beer?
I'm not above just cutting it off. You know what I mean?
What?
Whoa.
I got a full knife set
Very
at home.
sure of you.
What, the 11 pounds?
Yeah.
Oh.
I can find stuff to cut.
Where are you going to start?
The man.
That unconvinced face.
I'm running neck and neck with you because if I can lose what I need to lose, they ain't getting married for
That's
a
why I
while.
said, this is why I wore this shirt, because this shirt is horrible in so many ways. But anyways, because I'm like, this will make them get the YouTube working, because they'll be like, oh, let's pick the episode where I'll wear that shirt.
All right.
Anyways, so so John Travolta did something that I absolutely hate.
Oh.
And another friend of mine does it too. If you haven't, you can't write a criticism of something you haven't actually seen. No can do.
All right.
You can't say, I hate that, but you've never seen it. Or I won't go see a movie because he's
I feel like
in it.
there are exceptions to that, but I'll go. Carry on.
Okay, now I'm probably not going to go see a Mel Gibson movie anytime
Right.
soon. But if a good trailer comes out, all right.
Think about it.
I pretty much hate Nicolas Cage movies from the trailer on, but it's because the trailers are bad. I mean, honestly.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Right.
So, anyways, but John Travolta commented on Going Clear because he has been strangely silent. Where Tom Cruise put out a statement like it's all bullshit, blah blah blah.
I didn't see that.
You know, pay attention to the man behind the curtain. But it was very generic. And John Travolta just said, like, this religion has done so much for me in excruciating times, like his son dying and stuff like that, that he really sees no need to watch something objectionable about it. But then Scientology, like science, put out a...
Science
but
and
different.
geology
Yeah.
together.
Different.
put out their statement saying that there was like 2 lies a minute in this thing. And John Travolta has said that he has not seen anything that they're talking about being done, which is what they kind of say in the documentary is they keep it away from Tom Cruise and John Travolta because
Right.
they're millionaires and they're their spokespeople. And then Paul Haggis is the one that said, I never watched one thing or saw anything that was ever anti-Scientology because we weren't allowed, and they like keep them away from Google, and they're not allowed to look at anything that might even be slightly controversial. So
Like-
John Travolta's here putting out a press statement that
Like
says
North
exactly
Korea?
what they said.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So here's John Travolta saying, well, no, I haven't seen it, but I really have some problems with it. Well, that's what they said, that anything that comes out with any kind of like critical thinking, they're not allowed to look at. So you're kind of backing up one of the 2 things that are wrong per minute with what you're saying. And that's nice, you know, in the death of a loved one, sometimes religion helps.
Sure, people
You know,
find God for lots of
The
reasons.
famous story of, not famous, it's if you listen to the show of the minister coming up to my sister and saying our dad was in a better place. And we're like, yeah, keep walking.
Yeah.
The lady that buys that shit's at the end of the row.
Move along.
No.
Nope, not the better place.
We're okay unless you have something to drink. Keep walking.
And it was one of
The
those things.
funeral's here because we can drink here.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no, right there, I wasn't there. It was the party after. But no, it was just one of those things where, yes, religion may help you. And if you're one of those people, sure.
Yeah.
But maybe watch something kind of critical and ask some questions before you give them
At
$1
some
million.
point, yeah.
Or find out that the person that made your fabulous jet worked
No.
for 20 cents an hour.
Sure.
Also, not referring to his son, Jet.
Right. But they built his jet. And the weird thing with him, with John Travolta, and there's so many weird things, including the new plugs.
Which is always just sad.
Yeah, that somebody's dying to short his head. It's a little, they put turf up there. You know what I mean? He can pretty much hold the LBGA up there. Did I say the right letters?
No, nope.
LPGA?
Yep.
Okay. Was the first time to say a B? Like they're bears?
Yeah.
It's the Ladies
That's the
Professional
older
Golf
gay men's
Association.
version.
Right.
Actually,
There are no
I
lady
love that
bears. I had this conversation just the other
Dinah
night.
Shore, him up there was what made me almost spit
Up
I
there.
was done.
But John
Love that.
Travolta is one of those people that every young star
love
that
that.
works with him always talks about what good advice he gives to young stars that he works with about like handling their money and recommending lawyers and recommending plans that no one ever talks about. And he was a great actor and he helped me out with this, or this, even though
Right.
he has many great roles. They always talk about
He
how
helped me be a
sensibly
millionaire.
he managed his career, and even though his career went in the toilet 3 different times, that he managed his money very well and stayed very rich. Like never went on like I'm a celebrity, get me out of here, or this isn't really my hair, why is it on my head?
And why do I keep touching Adele Dazeem or
So
Idina
it's very
Menzel?
strange to me that this guy that always seems to have this great advice, where everyone else is saying that they give all their money to Scientology, that the things that he's suggesting to his younger co-stars is never about, and tie the shit out of some quack that wrote a book.
Right.
So very odd.
Yeah.
Did you see the Saturday Night Live parody of Scientology?
I have
Not
not,
yet.
Molly wants to
Yeah.
know.
Which
I have a bookmark too. I haven't
I
seen it.
stopped this week after. I mean, I only watched up to Oh wait, maybe I did. Where was it?
It,
at?
it was a digital short, like music video, 80s style advertisement. I do know that.
Yes. I did see that. Was very funny. I would say I only made it to weekend update. But I do remember that. That was very funny.
There you go, Molly. Asked and answered.
There's your answer.
Helping the people.
Nobody time. Okay, so any questions for the last minute and 30 seconds? Questions from the group?
HBO Go? Or HBO Now?
HBO Now, do we know what it is yet?
Yeah.
What is it?
Well, stand by. Let me
I heard it announced on the radio today as I was driving
click.
around.
In time to watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah, actually, it was going to be available by, is it Sunday? Game of Thrones is on.
Stand by. Game
so
of
it's on-
Thrones starts this Sunday.
Yeah.
HBO Now, the premium network's online-only standalone streaming service, is available now for Apple devices and PC for people who get their internet through Cablevision's Optimum broadband platform. Here's how to get it started. Download the app, pay for the shit, carry on.
Pretty much the same as you
procedure.
did everything else.
Right, everything else. But
How
yeah.
do you get your internet porn? Pay for the shit, get the app.
So you now have additional options for how to steal your HBO or legitimately pay for it.
Well, they were talking on the radio. It was in so many words how they gave the big finger to cable companies, because now you can get it without having to have cable, except so many people get their internet from a cable company.
Right.
But you don't have to subscribe through them for it. You can subscribe outside of them for it.
And please budget according. There is absolutely no reason that you can give up one meal a day.
$15 a month.
$15 a month.
It's a latte factor.
Seriously.
There you go.
Just brew your coffee at home and put some fucking milk
It's not
in it.
nearly as delicious, but you'll
I
live.
digress. I can make some good coffee for you.
Oh, I do too. I make
All right,
coffee.
kids. End of hour 2. Hour 3's coming. Kat Carlson and her segment coming after this, and thoughtful vulgarity a little bit later. Stay right where you are.
You've been listening to the show on Q Talk America. This is Q Talk America.
The following broadcast contains adult humor, language, and topics, along with partial nudity. Actual knowledge is used sparingly. The show is a result of a lost bet and a bad game of rock, paper, scissors. It's the show with Clayton McKee. And now, a man with a face for radio, Clayton McKee.
Oh my God, I'm being asked off air to look at eBay auction items.
Hey, don't say it out loud. Somebody else might say
I'm
it.
not going to say it out loud, but I'm just going to...
Yeah, don't
My
give
God.
it away. We don't want anybody to outbid us on.
No, for Christ's sake. Anyway, hi everybody. It's hour 3. 9 o'clock here in the wonderful Phoenix, Arizona, about 78 degrees. I'm still in Studio C with Kat Carlson, Al Perkins, Marnie Ryer. Al has just finished his entertainment segment. Are we good to go for you and
course.
your stuff?
Yeah, sure.
Well, by God, Kat, let's
My
get
God.
it done. It goes like this.
In this crappy fucking segment, we're going to talk about Colorado and how much we love it. We're going to talk about Arizona and how dumb it is. And then we're going to spend a whole lot of time talking because it's National Beer Day.
Hey!
I've got fun facts. I've got weird beers. I've got history. I've got tax statistics. And this intro's way too long for the little bit of stuff that I have, but we're going to make it go.
Woohoo! Can you tell that story about those people that died?
Can you tell it better than Marnie did?
Can you make it funny?
If you
Still-
send me that,
Still dead.
send me that link, I will make that funny
Still
at
dead.
the end of my segment.
Okay.
No, I will.
I'm still, that. What?
Come on! Right?
All right. So, in Colorado, we're beginning to love Colorado because A, the pot, and 2,
Good choice.
I know, and 2, the House of Representatives in Colorado just approved a bill to allow transgendered individuals to get a new birth certificate.
Oh,
Not an amended,
We have
not
4
a
days.
duplicate.
We have 4 days to make this decision. Sorry. We'll talk after
We're
the show.
shitting on this.
Stand by.
No, you go. No.
I was
Breaking news.
interested.
I know you're interested. I'm gonna,
Look at the pictures.
because listeners are listening to the crosstalk. So
Yeah.
No, I'm just trying to shut her down because she gave me the impression this had to be done like right
I
fucking
thought it
now.
did. I thought it did.
Check.
Continue
Sorry, I
on.
thought it
Continue
did.
on. We will not cross talk over you
Might-
anymore.
I was just gonna break it and update the fine folks of the listenership on the 4-day pending
I didn't know.
auction that's
I
happening.
didn't know it was 4 days.
All right. Can we now know what it is for?
No.
I've
So
never
we can
done
go bid the
anything
shit out of
before.
it?
I've never done anything
You've
before.
never
on this.
eBayed
Anything.
before?
No.
Okay.
She's never done anything before. Did you not hear her?
Since
Well, duh.
1999,
Yeah.
you have never bid
I've
on
never
anything
been.
on
Well,
eBay?
I mean, I've looked at eBay, but he's the eBay guy.
I just get all
Yeah.
that shit.
I used
That's
to
why I
buy
sent
shit
it to
for
him.
no reason on eBay just because it was very exciting to get in at the last minute and win.
I only-
Oh
See,
yeah,
I've
oh
never-
yeah.
I've
That's an
never done
adrenaline rush.
That is it. You're like, oh my god, you're watching the countdown on your dial-up modem.
hold my bid.
Tick,
Yeah.
tick, bid,
Yeah.
bid.
All right.
Bid. Yes.
What am I gonna do with that ball clock from 1964? I don't know.
Don't know, but it's coming.
It's
in
coming
the
in.
mail.
The only, the only thing I ever bought on eBay so far was I found a copy of Miss Piggy's Guide to Life,
Oh, great.
Totally worth it.
1981.
Totally worth it.
And laughed till I almost threw up, like I did in 1981. My sister's friend Betsy, let's call her Betsy Ross.
Okay.
Her name is Betsy something. But Betsy got it for me when I was like 14 years old, and I almost peed my pants.
Oh my God, that's fantastic.
Speaking of Betsy
You almost
Ross,
peed your pants.
the Colorado State House voted 40 to 25 last Thursday in favor of a bill that would allow transgender Coloradans to obtain a new birth certificate reflecting their preferred gender identity.
I mean, that's amazing. And
That's a big thing.
now I really have to go with you can only change once.
I would say so. Well, their stipulations are the request must include a licensed healthcare provider statement that the person has undergone surgical, hormonal, or other gender transition treatment, or stating that the person has an intersex condition.
I feel like a lot of people are going to move to Colorado because that's a big sticking point to
Sure.
a lot of different issues. Is once they transition, you can't get valid marriage licenses because
Right.
even though you now identify with a woman and might surgically be a woman, your birth certificate has not been alterable.
Correct.
Right. You can change your driver's license in a lot of states.
Right, but you can't change the birth certificate's been a big issue for many, many years.
That's interesting because of a mutual friend that changed driver's license.
Ernie.
No.
Not Ernie.
Just playing the odds.
No. But the
Just playing the.
No, I've got a pool of like 4 that I'm
well,
picking
no,
from.
I'm
not sure
just
who.
thinking with Nick had changed
Oh, sure.
driver's license.
Sure. Uh-huh.
But then
Helen.
got birth certificate.
My name's Helen.
Well,
Yes.
only if he moves to Colorado.
Yeah.
Right? No. But I didn't even connect those dots.
Sure.
I thought that was
Part of the game?
a
No.
part of it. I
No.
really did.
Yeah, and I really like
And
that.
it's been a major issue for many years.
Yeah, I really
Well,
like
that's
that they
interesting.
don't make surgical transition like the
right.
end all be all.
Mm-hmm,
And
Because
strangely enough,
I have a big sticking point with that, like just me personally, because I'm not one for body modification in general, like.
well, no,
piercing,
because they,
tattooing,
they
anything,
try
like,
to
any kind of
elongate the
optional-
little man in the canoe,
Right.
and that never
This
goes
is
right.
all natural, right?
Yeah.
here.
And what they've learned,
You
Well,
too.
yeah,
can
because
have
they
this.
can't make one that works.
right? They can't make one that functions correctly.
They're getting closer though. There was the one in China.
Sad that there's a lot out there that are original equipment that don't work either.
Sure,
Just letting you know.
sure.
Everything they're saying in the chat room is true. We were just having this conversation sitting under a sign welcoming Dinah Shore to Palm Springs
Like you do.
and her acolytes.
Attaboy, Tomo.
That one of the first transgender surgeries recently put out a comment that people are taking as like now she's anti-transsexual or whatever the phrase would be.
Okay.
And she's talking about regretting having the surgery, and people are seeing it as like she's regretting
The transition.
the transition instead of becoming a gay man, she became a woman. But I'm thinking what she may be. My take on the thing was she's regretting going through with the lower half of the surgery since it wasn't perfect. It wasn't perfected. She was a pioneer.
Right.
That's her part about regret is if she could have just done what she needed to do and lived her life honestly without going through the whole thing.
Sure.
So that and I'm not sure if I'm putting words in her mouth, if someone else is putting words in her mouth, but
No.
I think that's a regret now for people that have done the whole surgery and found out like well, they really haven't worked this out yet.
Well, and I think that's a frontier like yet to be explored. Because like Annette just said, isn't birth certificate about biological gender and not the mental gender? The argument on the other side of that would be that it's not necessarily a mental gender. It's not either. It's an identity. It's something even less tangible than that.
Right.
It's not that I think I'm a boy. It's that I am. I believe and feel and know.
And always.
I try to say
And
that in the
always
mirror every
have.
morning, yeah.
Right. I tried that for years and it didn't work, so I gave up.
What do you say now?
Good morning, gorgeous.
Dinosaur.
Duh. Dinosaur.
Sir or ma'am.
Yeah.
Good morning, fellow golfers.
No, you know what? And I did, and that might be why I stick so much on transgender issues, because I grew up wishing I was a boy, because I was, a little girl in the 80s, and boys could do better things, and boys had better clothes, and boys had better toys, and God love my mother for doing as much equal treatment as she could, and for standing up for me and fighting for me and saying, absolutely she can.
Right.
Sure.
You want the blue bike, you can have the blue bike. You want the boy toy at McDonald's, you can have the boy toy at McDonald's. You want to be He-Man for Halloween 3 years in a row, you go right the fuck on.
Right.
And seriously,
I, by the way, would like the
Dinosaur,
pictures
your
of that.
mama.
If we can have pictures later of you being
Of
He-Man.
me as He-Man?
Yeah.
Yes, I think
But-
we need
but
to.
If he
Dinosaur
starts
to
to
call my
touch
mother.
himself, turn the picture around immediately.
Dinosaur
I
to your
have the
mom.
power.
Fair warning.
Because that's awesome.
Yes, and God love my mother
Yeah.
for doing that. But
And then you can land somewhere in the middle if you're comfortable. As long as the door's been open, you can look
Right.
around and be like, well, it's
and then years later,
It's not taboo. It's
Right.
not
Yeah.
like you have to be
Right.
strawberry fucking shortcake or something.
sure. Well, and
Unless
then
you want to be.
in my experience, years and years later, all of a sudden, all of these people that I had surrounded myself with, I had come to Phoenix and I had been, become involved in the gay community, and I had found all of these girls that also looked a lot like boys and acted a lot like boys, and all of a sudden they started to transition. So of course, the natural thing to do would to be like, wait a minute, is this a thing?
right.
You know what I mean? And I ended up landing at a place where, no, it's not a thing. And I, act how I want and I look how I want. And I'm totally, just fine. Absolutely. I still go into the girls' bathroom and I still, argue with the old lady that tells me that I'm in the wrong place. I don't give a shit.
Right.
You want me to prove it?
You ever just drop trout and show her the goods?
You know what? I've never had
I got a canoe!
I've never had to. But I have gotten more and more confrontational, as years go on. But I think that I'm afraid that some people feel the need to physically transition when perhaps they didn't need to, just because the world and society says that you have to be A or B. I feel like maybe there's a place to get to where we don't have to.
Right. And I like the humor of gender bending.
Yes.
I don't really want to do it, and the days of dressing as a woman for sport is no longer even lightly amusing or pretty.
Right.
But it's funny to me, the whole Lady Perkins. I find that so funny. To me, it's
almost
just
spit. I know.
yeah, it's just
It was
funny.
good. Sure.
And that's what everything is. It's just, to me, it's just entertaining. The switching of back in the early '80s when you were trying to lie about where you were going drinking and who you were dating, and you were doing all this switching of pronouns to make it work out to what you were talking to, because you didn't know if that was someone you could trust with it being a man. So everything had to be.
Or when you were at work and
or
talking about your date, and you would have to be very either gender neutral. or,
gender
or
neutral.
Flip it.
So
Sure.
for me, the thing was to be out was to just flip it on its head.
Mm-hmm.
And I found that funny. To call a guy she, to me, was just fun. I never really got if lesbians did it, but gay guys do it so much, and it really it might be insulting. I don't know, but I always found it funny.
I used to do that with a group of friends, and then literally everyone that I used to, use boy pronouns and boy names with, literally all except for one transitioned.
Brother.
Yep. All my brothers. Yeah, all my brothers
Yes.
transitioned and became boys.
Yes.
No.
And see, no one from my life of the whole it's funny to put it on a dress once in a while. It's funny to queen it up. We like our Liza. Everybody stayed boys, and then got slightly more masculine or whatever, but still the funny gender bending and the whole Mary the Mary thing is always funny.
Mary and Judy and Sally, right?
Sure.
Joan, listen, Joan.
Yeah.
Joan.
But now for me, when I was coming out, it was Mary. That's what you called it. It was
Sure.
just a funny thing to say. It was all right,
Stop
Mary,
it, Mary.
settle down. Yeah.
Settle down, Mary.
Always funny.
I don't know.
Happens.
But
And
anyway.
30 years later, still amused. I still haven't got Lady Perkins. That's just funny. I'm in.
The Lady
The
Weird.
Lady Weird.
Lady Weird, right? Exactly. And I would hope that no one would see that as bashing. It's just something I just find the gender bending kind of funny.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. And
All right, not kind of funny. It makes me laugh out
It
loud.
is pretty
Sometimes I
funny.
snort.
just a little bit. Yeah. But good news for transgender individuals who are looking to change their birth certificate
And get a little high.
and
Go to Colorado.
for real. Smoke
You
a
got
little
zip
pot,
cars,
change
pot.
a little, change a little
And
gender.
then just calm down, Mary.
calm the fuck down.
Settle down, Mary. Sometimes she's bloody, and then I like her too.
Yep. So we'll move on from the coolest state of the week to the worst state of the week. Anybody want to guess?
The worst state of the
Worst
week?
state of the week. Worst.
Indiana.
No.
No.
No, not today.
Damn it.
Not today, Satan. Today we're gonna call Arizona.
Oh.
Oh, sure.
There were
That
so
was-
many choices today.
That was so last year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there were 49 other states than Indiana to choose.
Well,
I didn't know
sure.
which one.
Sure. This actually didn't happen today. This happened last week as well. But the Arizona legislature, in their infinite wisdom, has decided to approve a bill banning the ban of plastic bags.
Oh, I did read this.
Shut the fuck up.
Yep.
Ban it.
China.
So we've
sure.
talked about, I know I've talked about it. I don't know if you
Assholes.
people listen, but I talked about San Francisco, I believe,
Yeah.
banning plastic bags.
Central
Yeah.
Coast.
Okay.
Yep, a lot of California has banned. I mean, they're
and,
doing it city by city.
Coachella
but-
Valley just did it. They went into effect April 1st.
Yep, city by city. In Arizona, currently, only Bisbee has a ban on plastic bags, which those fucking hippies, I believe it.
God bless them.
For real, God
and
bless
their
them.
patchouli oil.
It's a really nice place to visit and drink for a day.
I haven't been.
I went
Someday.
once. We
Someday.
drank for a day.
All right.
It was good. That
I've
was
heard
fun.
it's lovely.
Bisbee?
yeah.
Is that the town in question?
Yeah, I mean, a couple of cocktails, a couple of hippies. I'm in.
They have
Yeah.
a pride.
I'm in.
They have a pride.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Anyway,
that's
so
a good
they
reason.
banned the ban.
So the Arizona legislature has
Bastards.
approved a bill that would block cities and counties from passing bans on single-use plastic bags and other disposable packaging.
Why the fuck are they wasting their time doing that?
Well, Republican State
Oh,
Senator
of course.
Nancy Bartow
Yes.
described it as a pro-business effort to keep cities from creating higher consumer costs and hindering growth with excessive regulation on containers.
Take a fucking
God, I
picture
hate
of that thing
people.
of plastic floating around the Pacific Ocean. What is it, 3 times the size of Texas?
More than that. Well, and not only
Hi,
that, those plastic
monsieur.
bags, those
How are
plastic
you?
bags
Sorry.
cost our own state. City of Phoenix alone reports $1 million in damage a year to recycling machinery due to plastic bags.
Right.
Like, you want to be pro-business and pro-fiscal responsibility and whatever.
They
bring your
don't.
own
They just want
fucking
to pass
bag.
anti-abortion laws.
Yeah.
2 things.
Go.
Can't remember the first one.
Okay.
Second one's a pat on my back. So,
Deal.
one of the reasons...
Do I have
that-
to actually pat you?
No,
Or can you, okay,
sorry, I
good.
do it myself.
He does it a lot all by himself.
Yeah.
So...
And the patting in the back.
One of the ways that one of the things that's keeping me from drinking milk is that the plastic cartons, because now I'm like more and more horrified. So, like Fat and Easy doesn't sell a half gallon of milk that's not $4 a half gallon because it's
Sure.
organic.
Or what?
That
right.
bullshit. Because $10 a gallon is reasonable for milk because the cow didn't get a goddamn hormone. Settle down, people.
Sure
Price it
is.
normally. So I'm
Give
trying
that
to
cow
cut
some
back on that.
antibiotics and move on.
And then, I refill my water jugs all the time. One of my water jugs that I refill has a best if used by January 11. That means I've been using the same water jug for 5 years.
Good for you.
At least.
I love that.
You have to do it. You have to
Absolutely.
do it. Absolutely. And then just fucking stop. I don't know.
But the difference in you can recycle those and throw those in the blue bin, and those are all well and good. You
no,
can't
that's the
do
point. You shouldn't. Because plastic bottles are just as bad as
Right.
plastic bags.
Yes.
Oh,
Plastic
I
bags
remember
do
point
have
one.
a separate recycling.
That's
Yes,
correct.
and you
process,
have to take
and
them
you have to
somewhere.
take them
Plastic
in.
bags can't go into
can
your
go
No,
to Sprouts and drop them
no,
off.
I'm well aware that they
I don't
can't
know
do
where
that.
But
I'm
a
just
lot of
saying.
those places lie.
But nobody does. Wait, I have a thing. You talk.
So what pisses me off, and this was point number 1, Beck and I have 2 things, and I forgot number 1. Number
That's
1
okay.
is back. Is when
Thank God.
Back with a bullet.
Because I show up with my bags, and it took me a long time to get in that habit, and then I started charging myself $1 for any time that I went
That's
into a
smart.
store. I would buy a bag and
I-
force myself because I
I
was getting
trained
so
my house
mad.
to do it because I'm kind of weird about like the wastefulness. Like I have all but, I mean, there are a few things that still need a paper towel, but like there's not a million paper towels that happen at my house. We use cloth napkins at the dinner table.
Yeah.
We use like towels to clean shit up. You know,
I
like,
try very hard with the cloth napkins, but it's hard when you have people over. 'Cause
Sometimes.
yeah.
Sometimes.
And I have allergies. Sometimes I blow my nose. I need a paper towel.
Well, I understand, and there are uses. Like
Yeah.
my rule, because I have a pet and children, so my rule is vomit, paper towel,
Yeah.
faux show.
Faux show.
Oh, shizzle.
But what I hate is like
Manizzle.
I go and I grocery shop early in the morning when I'm getting off work, and so I'll go and my bags are, most of the time now, so they know that I have it. I put my groceries in the bag, so it looks like I'm shoplifting
Okay, sure.
because I'm
Yes.
putting things in my giant bag that I brought in with me.
'Cause you know
and then
that-
I empty
that
it in
you
front
have
of them,
that much room, right.
and then I let them put it in at the end so they know I'm not shoplifting. Plus, I'm white, so seriously, I'm not going to get arrested
Right,
for shoplifting.
not shoplifting
That's
today.
directly out of Arrested Development.
Unless there's some lipstick in your pocket.
I'm white
you're
and
fine.
I'm blonde. Seriously, I'm shoplifting. What's going to happen?
Right.
But when they start it, and then they see that you don't want the plastic bag and they throw it in the garbage.
Ugh.
Fuck you, reuse that
Crazy
bag.
talking.
When they take that bag that's kind of like didn't quite make it onto the thing and they shove it down, I'm like, reuse that goddamn bag. Like, what are you doing? They're horrible.
Yeah, no, they're terrible. And here in Arizona, even though they are recyclable, less than 5% of the state's single-use bags, your grocery bags, your Circle K bags, whatever, just the single-use plastic bags, less than 5% are recycled. And those that are recycled cause like millions of dollars in damage to the recycling equipment. Yeah. Like they bind that shit up all the time. They're not okay. And well, thank God our legislature.
So I bet you though.
at work.
They're not busy enough.
Sure not.
Well, don't you think somebody will come up and one up them by banning the ban on the ban? Somebody's
what?
got to
Who's
come
gonna
out
do
of
that?
this.
They're not that smart though.
Somebody's got to.
Our
It's like
only
the-
hope is actually Doug Ducey vetoing it.
Oh,
That's our
right.
only hope, and he has 10 days from.
Because that sounds like something that fucking moron
So get
will do.
on
He
your
has-
emails, get on your phones, and send him pictures
him.
of that sea of garbage floating around the South Pacific / Indian Ocean.
But do you think his dumb ass will care?
At some point, the
at some
pressure is
point they
working on
do.
people.
Yeah.
And like Barbara
On
Seville had a
him?
great. I don't know.
saw that today.
At some point, like Barbara Seville said today, yes, you can be mad at the protesters at Gay Pride, but those people got up on a Sunday morning, are showing up with their signs, and they're standing up and shouting their ignorance.
Whatever they want to believe.
What
right.
did you get up today to shout out against?
I'm not
you
saying
have-
don't do it. I'm saying, do you
But you have to get
really?
people to do it. The three of us
right.
doing it is not
It's-
going to make any
you're right.
difference.
It's actually
Right.
really
But
hard.
You have to get all your friends to be
hear
like, okay, this is a thing. And like I said, the constant, it's what worked on Walmart. The constant,
You're right.
every time you turn into something,
Sure.
someone says, stay away from Walmart. Eventually Walmart heard it and was like, okay, we can't
Whoa.
we can't put a
Right.
commercial on about the price of our TVs anymore. We have to put a commercial out that says we're not the evil empire
Right.
because everyone says it. Like I don't, except for you. I think you're the only person who
Yeah.
like step foot in a Walmart. Like,
No, I am. I will.
Yeah.
I told you that. Aaron won't, but
yeah, but I mean,
But I
I
am.
really don't know that many people that would actually like. They would look at that and be like, "I'd rather go thirsty for a little while
Right.
longer."
Sure.
And I'm not
But
saying
as
that
that
as
becomes a
look
top-
at me, I'm proud of that.
No,
I'm
no,
just
no.
saying I'm
Sometimes
not
it
gonna,
happens.
I'm just not gonna look at you
And I told you I
lie.
have a cousin that has all those foster
Yeah.
kids, but she has to. That's what's
Sure.
affordable in her
That's-
area.
right.
And
Yeah.
Walmart has ruined. There is no competition.
Right.
Walmart doesn't have competition in her area.
right.
It's either Walmart or go
or a
fishing in the
50-mile
lake.
truck,
Right.
Or
right.
make Jesus' friends flash their fishnets at you. That's a funny joke.
Wait for it.
Yeah.
Wait for it.
But I didn't like
There it is.
it eventually has to come from, and now we're learning from all these different states that if you stand up and enough people say this dog don't hunt, someone's gonna get the message and be like, oh, you know what, that's really not popular anymore. Like I'm playing to the yahoos, but I don't want to just
There
be
is a
governor of
certain amount of
Arizona. I'd like to be
popularity,
something
right.
more than king of shit. What did my mom used to say? You know, king
King
shit
of
of
Shit
turd
Mountain.
mountain. Yeah,
Right.
king
Right,
shit of turd mountain.
Remember back
love
when you were a
that
little
state.
kid and you had all of the paper plastic or the paper shopping bags from the grocery store and you'd fold them and they all folded neatly and they all were there. So if you ever
Yes.
needed a bag, I used to love that because it was all neat and orderly. You can't
Alright.
do that with
Those were
plastic
nice.
bags.
I got to shit on you again.
Go ahead, shit
Now-
on it. We got
So,
time. I got time.
I have a question from Anant who asked about medical plastic. Oh my God, Anant, people will not work with me because I make them rinse out everything.
No, good.
We have basins that we use. We have graduated cylinders that we use. And people throw in like, you need a new one today. Why? Do you throw away your dishes at the end of each day? Do you throw away your Tupperware after a use? Put some soap in that shit, rinse it out, and reuse it. It doesn't leave this room. I'm not saying it goes from person to person.
Right.
We do not recycle medical plastic. And it's so gigantic you can't even fathom.
Oh, I'm sure.
So now we've stopped people at the door. Like, you do not bring that. Do not pass the threshold. This patient is. They're not doing any of those bodily functions that you need all of those things in there. If they start, they can throw up
Bring
on a
one in.
sheet and
Right.
we'll bring one in. But it is horrible where I work.
Oh, I believe it.
And people are like, oh, we got to throw away this, and this, and get you a new one today. No, it's called soap and water. Wash the motherfucker. You wash this dumbass 15 times. Wash the plastic in the room too. I meant that with love and a Florence Nightingale kind of compassion.
yeah.
But
It's
people
legit.
won't work with me. Like, they seriously wait till I leave the room or go away because... And I work with somebody who's luckily a real recyclable Nazi, but I'm like, no. That
Yeah.
you cannot do that in front of me.
Well,
We are
and-
not just throwing
yeah.
away things because they've been used. That plastic's going right in the garbage. We don't
sure.
we don't recycle it because
Well, and it's tiny little things like that that actually make a little bit of a
a
difference.
huge
little bit
difference
at a time.
when you realize it, in
Yeah.
a 12-story hospital. with that many beds with a
Right.
6-story hospital
If
next
three
to it.
guys like you are saving, say,
Anything.
20 products a week,
and it kills me. and
Thanks,
we always
Monsieur.
it's exponential. Yeah.
The
and
link
I'm not.
the link that Aaron put in in here
Yeah.
is amazing.
What it says?
I don't want to mispronounce.
Is it
so-
funny?
Well, it wouldn't be to me because it's about murder. But
Is there an X
No, it's the. Oh.
I don't.
through the Geyer?
Okay,
I would say
didn't know
Geyer.
I didn't know if I was mispronouncing.
Somebody will correct us if we said it wrong.
Like it just shows
What it talks about.
It shows what plastic does.
Oh, yeah.
and where it ends up and how long it
Awesome.
takes.
No, and so
This
now-
is an amazing link. Thank you.
and there's a list. You're talking about medical waste. Medical waste was incinerated if it's like needles and stuff like that.
Okay.
And we don't throw away
If
glass.
it's been inside you.
right.
Right?
No, if it's a needle, if it's something, we call it a sharp.
Sure.
But like bottles, because we're throwing garbage away on the 11th floor and it goes down to a sub basement too, falls 13 floors. You can't put glass in the garbage because it's going to explode after
course.
13 floors.
Sure.
So the glass has to go down separately. It can't go through the garbage chute. But then I'm like, but this plastic is incessant, and people just don't realize it's just going into a regular garbage. There's no recycle. Nobody goes through this later. It's not real medical waste. It shouldn't go back into the general
Population.
public. But
Right.
if somebody's there for like 3 weeks, you can use the same fucking thing. It's like your dishes, soap and
Totes.
water. It's in the room. Wash it out.
Yeah.
Rinse it out. Make it usable. If it gets soiled to the point of not being able to be used, yes, it goes. But there is just.
But if
there's
you
a-
spit into this cup yesterday, you could probably spit into this cup today.
Thank
Right.
you, Nero, for that post as well about what can be recycled.
Recyclable things.
Oh yeah, and I just
And in different areas,
I would
there are
say
different
narrow
things.
is that because there's different rules depending on cities and states. And
Correct.
I know
Because-
they're more and more universal, but it's because of the equipment that each municipality has and the ability that they have to either take it elsewhere
and
or
the plastic bags are the worst. And we've known it for years because the old
forever.
and they got rid of paper years ago, but the old thing used to be paper bad, plastic way worse.
Yes.
Paper bags very bad. You're losing a lot of
Trees,
but you
Sure.
just can't get back the damage you're doing with those plastic bags.
We can grow more
and every
trees,
once in a
believe it or
while you
not.
just come up with it. Like my food from Chico's comes in a plastic bag. There's a couple things during the week, but those plastic
yeah.
bags, they brought my shoes to California. My toiletries that might possibly open go in those, and if they make it back clean, they come back with me. Like
Absolutely.
when I went to
Right.
Hawaii, all my plastic bottles that I use came back from Hawaii with me. I didn't need to leave plastic bottles in Hawaii. Like
Sure.
I know that sounds nuts,
No.
but there's just no reason for me to like.
I need to
use
be much better about it.
15.
I need to be much
Every time you
better
see a
about
plastic
it.
bottle, just think,
Yeah.
can I reuse it? Can
Sure.
it just reuse? Don't just recycle. Reuse, 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 reuse,
Right.
reuse,
Well,
reuse,
and
reuse.
my advice, like in your own life, if you're like, oh my god, overwhelmed and trying to make like a difference,
Mm-hmm.
and you think, oh my god, there's so many things I have to change everything. Change one thing at a time. Like seriously, like go for the grocery bags. Go buy some of those bags. They're usually like $1 or $2
They're
a
$1.
piece. You know, buy those and start that habit, and then ditch your paper towels. And then I'm having a war with sponges right now. I'm like, stop with the sponges. We don't need them.
Through 3M, they have ones that grow. Have you seen those? Like the minute you put water on them, it's a recyclable
Oh, right on.
kind of thing. My grandfather used to work for 3M, and my grandmother would send like these things at Christmas that would have all kinds of new products,
Yeah.
and this very thin cardboard looking thing came, and I thought, well, what the fuck am I supposed to do with that? Oddest thing. The minute you put a little bit of water on the corner, it became sponge.
Huh.
And then the rest of it remained this cardboard thing. And
Fun.
then I of course,
Oh, like-
in all different areas.
Anytime
But you
I'm
know
trying
what?
to do
My
that.
grandmother's
But it was
dishes got
brilliant.
really clean with a dish rag that got washed.
I understand.
Every week.
I understand.
You know?
Yes. I'm
Oh,
just
and
saying,
it got
like,
used
there
When
are
for
I
things
hired
that
I
are
hired the
usable.
white guy to clean my house.
Nice.
And he was like, I'm like, well, you need, well, because
What'd
it
you
just
say?
worked out that there was a white guy that needed money, so I didn't go with the usual person that I have clean my house. So so when he obviously was from money and he's doing something to bolster his living.
Oh, that's nice.
But what he was, I'm like, well, the rags are all
Well
in
done,
the
bud.
underneath the kitchen sink, and he's like, those are all T-shirts. I'm like, yeah, just tear them and cut
Oh
them
my
out.
god. Yeah,
So
that's
I
what we
all
used
my
to dust
white
with.
T-shirts once they start to get yellow, I just tear them up, wash them, throw them under the sink, and that's my rags
Cleaning
to
dust.
clean
They're,
with.
well, because
Oh,
they're
sure.
lint free.
Yep.
Yeah, but he was horrified. I'm like, please don't touch my TV with anything but a white
But a
cotton
t-shirt,
T-shirt.
right.
Like,
Yeah.
don't go near that shit. But it's just so funny when you see people that are like, okay, clearly you were never poor because that's all we used was old T-shirts and old
It's
clothes
true.
as like cleaning rags.
That's true.
I don't know. Recycle.
Yeah, as much as you can, and do
But
just a little
that's
bit.
a great point.
Do something.
Try.
Do
Just,
something.
one
Yeah,
little
try.
thing.
It can't hurt.
I still have two 1974 lawnmowers in the back
See?
that work perfectly
Recycling
well.
the fuck
Exactly.
out of
And
those.
then, like, where are all the cars? 100 years of cars, 110 years of cars.
Yeah.
Where are all these cars?
Well, they melt a lot of them
Graveyards.
down and make new cars out of them.
That's what I want to
Shred
hear.
them up, sure.
Yeah.
But seriously, I mean, I seriously worry
But
about
good to
recycling
know. A lot of
constantly.
people wouldn't know that. Yeah.
Well, that and then they're salvage yards and they pick apart pieces and parts to make other cars continue to work and run.
Sure.
All right. Well, the last bit of my segment, let's take a minute and honor
Got a
the
lot of
very...
mileage out of that.
We really did. That was
You're
good.
right.
No,
Get me drunk and talk about recycling. It's like Dream Girls. It's just an ugly road. I'm going to
And
dinosaur you
I
on
love
that.
that
The
was
biggest-
that was a good thing. No, that's good.
It is good. One of the biggest points that you made is that different areas have different things, which
Have different
I
rules
did
for what
not
to put in
realize.
your recycling bin. Yeah.
Phoenix to Scottsdale.
Oh, sure.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
here in Arizona, like you can
Yeah.
go through and you can go to
Phoenix.gov.
Phoenix.gov and it'll let you know
What numbers on the bottom that you can
right,
recycle?
What to
and
put in the
do this.
thing and-
because I always
And
thought
they now
like,
have the brown bin, which I need to get.
oh, I don't know about
That's
that.
for
Oh,
like
I don't know about that.
the brown bin is for yard clippings and
Oh, that's in Scottsdale, though.
Like large trash.
I have Phoenix Services. No, that's Phoenix.
Oh, do you
that's
really?
City of Phoenix. Yeah.
Really?
Oh.
I have Phoenix
well,
Services.
wait, now do you have back in the okay? So sorry for those
yeah.
listening, but in the alley,
No, I don't have an alley.
Okay.
I'm
We have
curbside.
We have
Alley.
alleys, so
Oh, okay.
and we have to
So you have to
bag
wait
it.
for bulk.
No,
No.
well, or
No, you
I mean,
bag
if
it
it's
and
too
put it in the
big,
black
bag
bin.
it and put it in the black
Okay,
bin.
well, for local people who have
Okay.
curbside
Yeah.
trash and recycling, the green and the brown and the blue bin,
Right.
as my kids identify them, they look at
Yeah.
they look at what they're taking out and they're like green or blue. I'm like blue,
Right.
green, whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
There's also now a brown one for your grass clippings and your hedge trimmings
Oh.
and your
Oh.
whatnot and
Brilliant.
what have you.
Brilliant,
Yeah.
I didn't know about that either.
Yeah, it's like an extra $5 a month, but
worth it.
totes.
Totally worth
And
it.
our canal that runs by all of our, well, a lot of our houses is just filled with fucking plastic bottles, and it's so gross.
Makes me
And
insane.
shopping
Aaron
carts.
can't handle.
I know, but shopping
let me
carts, you can take
rephrase
that and make it a shopping cart. It's the plastic bottles.
I'm not saying
constantly-
that Erin can't handle it. Like she just shakes her head at me. But we go to the beach, and I see the beauty of the beach or a lake or
So you're a
this
trash
or that.
picker, yeah.
I am. My head is down. Not so that I can find something that I can get money off of.
No,
I'm
'cause the
what
beachcombers have
fuck
already
is
got that
wrong
before
with
the sun
people?
comes up.
Right, and they always say when you go to the beach or you go hiking, you should always leave with one more thing than you came in with.
I
good-
will
that's good
sit there
advice.
and I am just picking stuff up constantly. And she's like, "But it," and I'm like, "No, hell no." It makes me insane.
I have hand sanitizer in the car. We'll cover this up.
And it's
If
good.
I mean, truly, if I could, I would think that if there is a business that is kind of outside the box for me of what I would love to do, it's just clean up the beaches,
Start it.
clean up the water.
Do it.
Like just
Sounds like
go
a
and
nonprofit to
clean
me.
it up.
And I always
love
say,
it.
that's what
God.
you do with like the non-violent offenders, or even the violent
I
offenders.
agree.
Bring
I
them
agree.
out, make them go.
Trash picking. For
Yeah,
sure. Why not?
Clean up roadsides. Like
Sheriff
clean up.
Joe does.
I agree, 100%.
I'm
yeah.
100%. A little fresh air, a little outdoors. I know it's a boring topic.
No, it's good. Little did you know, though,
brilliant.
It's not really a boring topic. It's very important.
it
Fucking
is.
do
April
it.
7th is a high holy day of sorts. It's National Beer Day.
Oh, beer day.
It commemorates the day that beer was once again allowed to be legally manufactured and sold following a long, dry prohibition.
Love it.
Worst law ever. Let me have a
Worst
sip.
law
It's not,
ever.
not
Yeah.
a beer day.
Have
Give me a
some-
sip.
have some beer
cold-
on beer
cold
day. Well, sure, open him a cold one.
Yep, I'm gonna
Oh, do you want
open
an orange
your
I'm
blossom?
not
You
drinking.
might-
I'm not
you
going
might
to drink
like
the
this
whole
one.
thing. I just want to sip.
I know, but I'd rather be able to give you a cold.
Oh, whatever.
All right, no salt. Just lime.
In any event, on March
Okay, hold on.
22nd, 1933, President Franklin
yes.
Roosevelt signed the Cullen-Harrison Act into law, which moved the U.S. away from prohibition by allowing the manufacture and sale of beer, which was approximately 4% alcohol by volume.
That's a
and
waste
some
of fucking
wines.
time.
Right. But he,
Lot of
we
filler.
can't.
I
we
was told there'd be no math, but let me tell you, 4% alcohol.
He came back a little bit at a time, so hence today's National Beer Day, because today was the first day
You're making me laugh.
that we who suffered through, we being Americans, not
Like
any of
you
us sitting at the
individually.
table.
I
No.
suffered.
God, Kat,
The
you
struggle
and-
is real.
You in Prohibition. Gee, I remember.
We the people.
Just thinking about it makes me shudder. I go all dinosaur in the lady parts.
So until we get bored of it, I have some fun facts. Let's see. After we got beer back, prohibition officially remained in place for a few more months, but the ability to drink beer and wine was worth cheersing to. A few more facts about beer and its close relationship to tax, incidentally, to help us celebrate. Number one, Egypt was likely the first civilization to tax beer. Queen Cleopatra imposed a tax on beer in order, she claimed, to discourage public drunkenness. Probably didn't work.
Nah.
No.
No.
Beer is the most popular alcoholic beverage in the United States, also known as America.
Merca.
As a country, we consume
damn it.
205 million barrels per year, or about 20 gallons per person.
I'm pretty sure the UK and Mexico are on this same.
Well, for sure.
I mean, you sat down with, I'll have a pint. Like, you know what I mean?
Are you kidding?
Come on, that's not for America.
That's my appetizer.
That's imported.
All of a sudden, Al has changed
ask Monsieur.
personalities.
Ask
Drinking this
Monsieur.
Corona, he's changed personalities.
He sure has.
No, because vodka's treated me so badly, I've learned to like. I'm that good of an alcoholic. I have learned to like beer again.
Atta girl.
Not again, for the first time.
In 1695, Great Britain raised taxes on beer, making gin the cheapest beverage in England.
Yep.
Good news for gin drinkers.
And everybody knows what gin tastes like.
Yep, the difference in price is considered the root of a serious drinking problem in the country in the 18th century, especially among the poor, as they had to switch to gin instead of beer.
Because you can make it in a bathtub.
Sure.
My mother knew how.
Bathtub
Yeah.
gin?
Yeah, my great-grandfather had a still.
Yep.
Bootleggers.
America.
In the United States, taxes on the production, distribution, and sale eat up 40% of the retail price of beer. Yeah, by the time you're done taxing it from the top all the way down, 40% of what you pay
Drink
for your
locally.
beer.
I think you're on the right.
I am drinking
That says
locally.
Papago on it, so I'm thinking you're on.
I am.
I was congratulating you.
No, thank you.
It
I am
sounded
as well.
snide and evil.
I
No,
bought
it's
it at
good.
Fries.
Sure, totally.
Also,
I mean, it's
we're
Mexican.
super
It's
close.
almost
Please.
We're super
Right.
close.
No, that's made by one of the largest macrobreweries in the world.
And aren't they Budweiser now?
I believe they're
I don't know.
Anheuser-Busch
Yeah.
now. Yeah, they were bought by Modelo, who was bought by somebody else. I don't know. Yes, I drink a lot of local beer. I look for it very specifically, and some of it kind of hard to find. Some of my friends were actually really jealous when they saw a picture of what I'm drinking today, which is the Papago Brewery's Orange Blossom. And I had posted something on Facebook not too long ago, and they were like, "Where did you get that in cans?"
Yeah, thanks, Nero. We're gonna look it up.
Yeah, thank you.
Good work, Nero. To help pay for the Civil War, Congress imposed a tax on beer. The Revenue Act of 1862, signed into law by Lincoln,
I like it.
included a tax
I'm
on
supporting the union
right.
right now.
Atta girl.
Right fucking
All
now.
beer,
Attaboy, Abe.
lager, all beer, lager beer, ale, porter, and other similar fermented liquors, by whatever such name they may be called, were to
However
be
they
taxed,
self-identify.
was written into the legislature. Very clear, very clear.
Now, could you imagine if any one of these wars that John McCain wants to get into came with a beer tax? America would shoot that down. Not a gas tax. No, we're taxing the
America.
now we're taxing the beer.
Desert Storm, sponsored by Busch Light.
Budweiser. Now, I'm curious how we are 14th on this list. Isn't that weird?
What is the list?
Well,
the beer list
I
of countries by beer consumption
Yeah, and we're 14.
per capita. We're 14.
I
the
actually
UK
believe that.
is 22. I would have put that much
I would
higher.
have put that much higher. I agree.
Who was number 1, 2, and 3? Top
Czech
3?
Republic, Austria, and Germany. Germany,
Germany, I
believe.
get.
Germany,
Okay,
I get. I
Germany's
feel
got
like
it.
the other
Surprised they're
places.
not one. Germany.
Sure. I feel like
But
the other places are just like, nah,
Germany
what
light.
else are we going to do but
Yeah.
drink?
Yeah, but Czech Republic.
Germanesque.
We probably used to be Bavaria. Let's just call it a day.
In liters per capita, Czech Republic is 148.6. Germany is 106.1. Like, there's that much. I mean, I'm surprised by that.
Wow.
We're only 77. Okay, you continue with your story while I find
Lots of
Ireland.
beer in the
'cause
world.
I am shocked by Ireland.
is
Well, speaking of Ireland, Arthur Guinness II, the father of Guinness Stout, actually altered the family beer recipe to include unmalted roasted barley instead of black malt. The unmalted barley wasn't subject to tax, which made it more affordable for the Guinness family, who felt crushed underneath the weight of existing taxes.
No taxation without representation.
Exactly.
I feel like we're being
It's
all kinds of patriotic.
Very patriotic. And so the
You're killing me today, Perkins.
seriously.
The Lady Perkins brings it. That's all you
Lady
need to
Perkins
know.
is bringing it. So the
She
current
got
formula,
dinosured recently.
the current formula of Guinness exists as it does because they were dodging taxes.
I like it.
Oh, dodging taxes.
Good thing I
We're
didn't take yours.
dodging. I know, right?
I only wanted to syrup.
First
God, I
beer
gave
cans
you-
were
I gave you a
produced in
cold one 'cause I'm good like
1935. The Great United States/Canadian Beer Can War, however, started nearly 60 years later in 1992 when Ontario announced an environmental tax of 10% per aluminum beer can. Oh,
Aluminium, as they call it.
aluminium. Faux show.
Dinosaur.
No, faux show.
Faux show.
Faux
I just
Dinosaur
wanna,
sister
throw
foreshore.
something out
Dina
to Annette.
show.
I want to throw something
That's her
out.
black cousin. Dinah Show.
Dinah
How
show.
about the fact that India is the last on the list of 50?
Because their people can't afford
Hey,
it.
wait.
Yeah, is that what it is?
That's got to be what it is because there are how many billion people there, and
There are only
all
2
but like
liters.
all but like
per capita.
this many of them can afford water.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Follow-up
Lots and
question.
lots of poverty in India.
an
What are you
ignorant
drinking
ass,
instead?
So I'm okay with
I mean,
that.
you got to stay alive. You got to hydrate.
Right.
Yeah,
What
no, Nasir, it's not. It's
it
number
tea?
22.
I don't. Possibly. Yeah. India had the big British influence, so probably a lot of
Okay.
tea.
I'm just thinking, how are you
don't
staying hydrated? Because
Don't we have somebody from
Anyone
India
want to
here?
list?
Yeah,
An
I'm
aunt.
just-
What do you people drink?
what are you drinking?
Yeah, Anant, I don't know if you heard me, but
No.
last on the list for
Oh, we're
beer
ad free because we went
consumption-
with black hops or white hops or what color was the hops that got us ad free?
Santa just is white.
Santa just is white.
That was good. Santa just is.
Is Santa hopping now?
Sad
What-
news
what-
for Tyler: the most expensive state to buy beer may well be Tennessee.
Really?
Where the state imposes a tax of $1.29 per gallon of beer.
Well,
Well, you know
considering
what,
they
'cause-
want to go to like having more guns in way more places than
Well,
they
no,
should.
they want you to
that
drink the
is
whiskey.
good.
Right.
Drink
No,
local.
Absolutely.
Right.
No. I'm just joking.
Those whiskey stills don't want you drinking beer.
Cheapest place to buy beer, Wyoming.
That's the first good thing I've ever heard about Wyoming.
2 cents.
Well, then
per
they've got
gallon.
that $5 drive to the
Well,
whole goddamn
and that
state at
geyser,
high speed.
That Yellowstone Park
Oh,
or
yeah.
something.
Oh, Yellowstone's nice. Sure.
That's what I've heard. I've never
If you
been.
get stopped for speeding in
yeah.
Wyoming, it's like $10.
No,
I'm
that's
like,
Montana, I thought.
either one.
I think Montana says...
Well, now we've got that in Phoenix.
Meh.
Well, because what are you going to hit? Empty space?
Ooh, chai
Beer
tea.
cans, apparently.
Right. Beer
Chai
cans.
Chai
So for those of you
tea.
that may want to celebrate a little bit belatedly
point.
I like
and want to
chai.
do it with a unique beer,
Oh, a unique
Unique New York.
dinosaurs, but all up in my mouth.
Donna Show.
Oh.
Look
Show,
for
Donna
these
Show.
at your local distributor or a place where you buy beer.
However you self-identify.
Look for the
Mamma Mia
Union.
pizza beer,
Ooh.
allegedly brewed with oregano, basil, tomato, and garlic.
Interesting.
Popcorn Pilsner by the Sun King Brewery. Voodoo Donut Bacon Maple Ale.
I'm in.
On
Oh, it's
board.
from, wait, is it from the Voodoo
I like
Donut
it.
people?
Sure the fuck
oh,
is.
that fucking
I like
Voodoo Donut.
every
Show.
noise your
I
mouth
have
made right
no
there.
idea.
Voodoo
Yep,
Donuts
yep.
is the shit.
It's here?
There- I don't think there's one here.
I don't know.
LA, Denver.
I just have a
Road
little
trip.
bit of a blog about some unique beer titles, so you're gonna have to check your stores locally.
All right. I've never heard of that.
yeah.
Okay.
The article is out of Chicago, so I don't know if they're all locally available there. I wouldn't think so. I don't think Voodoo's from that direction.
You said maple donut bacon. I still have not had
I
a
love
cronut.
that. I love
Voodoo
it.
Donut
I
Bacon
can
Maple
be a
Ale.
chaiwala.
I'm in.
I am. Oh, I am. So
Totes. And then for dessert, I'm gonna have a little banana bread beer by Charles Wells Brewery.
okay.
Sure, why not? Avocado ale.
No.
Sounds disgusting. Nope.
Nope.
Key lime pie beer.
Nope.
On a hot summer day.
I'm not gonna like
perhaps.
that person either.
That's all right.
I'm not going to be opposed to that.
Now,
Attempting that. The
this
banana,
I know is available locally because I saw it at Total Wine and damn near bought it. And then I don't know. I think my basket got too full and I couldn't carry it.
Yep.
And my rule is
Is there anything better than going through a liquor store with a basket? There's nothing. There's nothing. I
No.
take pictures. I send it to friends. It's like the happiest day of the year.
have you seen this? Right.
So you're only showing the lesbians?
Sriracha. No, it's. Oh,
That's
sorry.
exactly what I was afraid it was.
Sriracha hot stout.
Oh, I've got to get it. I love Rogue.
Total Wine.
It's got a cock on it. I think that's how we get in.
By the way, I brought in
Really?
a cock.
That's it.
Wait, let me repeat. Okay,
Stand by.
I brought a cock.
Hold on.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Yeah. Dinosaur brought a cock.
Marnie has a cock.
Nope, I brought one. I said.
As I long suspected.
Different. I brought in sriracha vodka.
You brought it with you now?
Like when?
I did
I
when
wouldn't
Katie
have
June was
tasted it.
here, and
Oh,
and
do I
you
look like
did
Katie
taste
June?
it. No, you did not.
No, I sure wouldn't.
No, but Katie June.
Sriracha's
no.
not my thing.
The 5 of us were here, and Katie almost hurled.
I must have been drunk.
I think
on
I watched
local
Katie
beer.
June's face and,
And
said, "No,
you
thank
said
you."
no. You said bring that next week, and I will make up a cocktail. And I
Oh,
brought.
I
it
think
forward, and
you
did not.
I think you brought it on a week that I wasn't drinking or some shit.
If I end up at Total Wine this week, I'm definitely going to buy it this time.
Oh my god, I'm
Yeah.
writing that down. That's
Other interesting types: peanut butter cup coffee porter.
Fuck me. How we? Come on, people. Why not just call it stuff
me,
that goes in
buddy.
Al's body voluntarily?
Black man and
that
that
Roger
porter.
Just call it
That
take
says
it up
makes
the ass
babies.
beer. Come on.
But baby beverages.
What baby beverages? I know. Peanut
now
butter,
available
coffee,
at
mocha,
Bed Bath and
goodness.
Beyond.
That is the lady fingers. Meat, good. Jelly, good.
Peanut butter, good.
Oh my God.
Good Lord. You know what? There's more and more out
funny.
there. I encourage you as a listener to find a local beer.
Yes.
Try it. Taste it. Go to your local brewery.
Put it in your belly.
Put it in your mouth.
Get in my belly.
Get your butt baby on, whatever it takes.
Well, now here in Arizona, Four Peaks is a
Four Peaks is a very
delightful
popular.
peach. There's a peach for summer.
The peach ale is
which
delicious.
Al
yeah.
will not.
Yeah, no. I objected internally.
You don't have to.
No, and I understand that, but I mean that's something that very
There are-
cold can be very.
And
good.
we're very, very fortunate here in Arizona. We have a lot of local breweries and a lot of options for
A lot
that.
of drunks with free time. That's what I call it.
Right, a lot of people drinking.
You call it a local brewery. I call it an
I
unemployed
call
person.
it Mountain's Majesty. That's
I
all.
mean,
With a wheat field.
seriously, I watched the most horrible movie this weekend, but it made me want to work in a brewery.
Oh,
If you have
Strange
Netflix,
brew.
no, if you
That
have
was good,
Netflix
eh?
and want to watch a terrible movie with
Dinosaur.
awesome people in it, yeah, because you think it can
As
go
you do.
it can't go wrong because it's got Olivia Wilde, the hot
yeah.
with the blue eyes from House.
13.
It's got Anna Kendrick in it.
Oh, a good time.
It's got the dude from Office Space. I can't remember his fucking name, but you know who he is.
so many good dudes in Office
No,
Space.
the young dude. The
Burger from
Yeah, yeah.
Sex and the City.
Right,
I
right,
kind of think Al saying the word "dude" was one of the funnier things that I have appreciated.
I did not
just
say
now.
the word dude.
Yeah, you just did. And
It's
then
okay.
Play it back. There are a lot of good
I regress.
dudes in
So I'm
Office
thinking-
Space.
Oh, I was quoting from her.
Right.
Now it makes
he
sense.
was paraphrasing.
I did not
Zip it.
spontaneously say the word dude.
Zip it,
you
Doris.
really did.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah, I'm
Settle down.
looking at it and I'm going, okay, it's called Drinking Buddies. It's got ABC people in it.
Oh yeah.
Worst movie ever. But the moral of the story is it made me really, really, really
Wanna drink a beer?
Want to work in a brewery because they all work in a brewery. Yeah,
That place in Gilbert, great place, horrible location.
sure.
American Wilderness. Well, you made it in something. As Ernie says to you in bed, you made it in something.
Christ.
I'm not sure that's
And
what
by
we
the
were going
way,
for, but it's
I
in.
think she's happy with the fact that I did that.
Atta girl. What place in Gilbert? Are you
Arizona
talking-
Wilderness Company.
Oh, okay.
I want to go back there and learn how to make beer because there's all those fascinating kegs and
You can
things
do that more locally. You just have to sign up and get on the list. You can have a brewer's tour at Oso Brewery on Indian School in Arcadia.
And I love that place.
I know, and they have two locations really close to my house. They have like the North Scottsdale one and the one Paradise Valley Mall.
Mhm.
It's
Delicious, delicious. I'm not-
Celebrate National Beer Day. Clayton's giving me the look. Go. Next.
the look.
The look. Yeah, he's got the lean and the raised eyebrows. Are you about done with this, bitch?
Oh, I'm just... All right. Well, based on that introduction, here's our next segment.
And now, thoughtful vulgarity, where we in the studio try to make ourselves slightly less shallow, which is not hard to do. We will ask one question of the panel while fucked up drunk. Because you know at home how well it goes when important questions come up several hours after alcohol has been served. Politics, religion, why not? What could possibly go wrong? Who could you offend? Good luck.
Well, because Al had to step out of the studio, we're going to do dance breaks until he comes back. We'll just do... Oh, Jesus, I hate when he does this to me. Hang on. We'll try this. Boom. Clear songs. Play songs.
What's this? It's a 30-second dance break.
Continuing the dance break.
It's a 30-second dance break.
dancing.
No more.
Oh, you could have played
Daddy, make it
that.
stop.
Dancing.
No, I couldn't play this because no.
I didn't have Chipotle today, so it was only going to be a short visit. I wasn't going to sample the new toilet paper.
Should we do the intro live?
No,
now-
I've already I already
Awful
played all
vulgarity.
that. No, I already
did you
played
play
all of
that?
it.
Oh, now we're at the actual time.
Yes.
All right, now I know we've done
Oh,
the first half of this, but I've
We
added
only
a
had a
second.
production meeting.
Well, I'm
Jesus.
pretty. I was 20 miles away in the
I
can.
wasn't listening. I didn't hear the intro.
Sorry, I
Now-
took up this one.
I know we've done many years ago. We did. And
Do you want to know what I want to eat for my last meal?
Shut the fuck up. What are
Still turkey dinner.
Is it our 3-year anniversary like next week?
Yes, 2 weeks.
The 17th is our next week.
Next
Yeah.
week, yeah.
I was gonna bring champagne today, but I figured it'd be a fight.
We're having
okay,
daiquiris
so I
next
need
week.
to know.
That'd be a fucked up night. Is
Your
what
question is, and I know we did the first part of this, but not the second part. Your best and your worst teacher.
I love that. Aaron and I were kind of just talking about this. My worst teacher is twofold.
Okay.
And it kind of was the same person. It was my 3rd and 4th grade teacher. It was
When
the
we be
same
sure.
person.
Kind of.
No.
Kind of.
Good luck. The second was my 7th grade English teacher, which was Mrs. Linky. So Mrs. Radloff, 3rd and 4th grade. Mrs. Linky, 7th grade. Same person. Raggedy ass teeth, bad breath,
British?
horrible human beings. No, will you stop with that? Because not everyone who's British is.
It's
But-
kind of it's kind of a stereotypical
Well,
British
it's
thing.
stereotype.
It's a
It's
thing.
stereotype. But
Tama, we would never insult you with a rehearsed program.
no, ever. This is
That's from Dame
I know
Edna.
it is.
That is Dame
No.
Edna. I would never
This is
insult you with a
produced?
rehearsed program.
No.
But anyway, they are horrible, horrible people. I have the utmost of respect for my teachers. No, I don't. But like in 3rd grade, I put a tack on this woman's chair. She was so horrible, which is never anything I would do.
Eddie Haskell, how
Clutch
dare you?
my pearls.
Right,
I can't
very.
believe I did that. But she was awful and she was mean and she would talk to you and like try to kill you with her breath.
Oh.
And then same thing with Mrs. Linky. She said, well, I have never had someone like this before. And she said, take that as a verbal slap, and went like this with the back of her hand. I went, ow! And like I hit my face, and she looked at me and she goes, I didn't really hit you. And it was the best ever because
That's fantastic.
she was like,
She said to take it as a hit, so I slapped myself.
I slapped myself, and it was a verbal slap, and she's like, and then she was freaking the fuck out.
literal
that-
child?
Hello.
I have
Anyway.
a falsetto child.
Oh, what?
Falsetto child.
It's a hell of a day at sea, sir.
I was just talking about that earlier. I was like, what was it that made me spit take? That was it.
Digress. But those two awful human beings. And then there was Bev Eckham, my 10th grade advanced American lit teacher, who to this day I would just I carry on a pedestal. I keep her
It's
on
got to
a
get
pedestal.
heavy after a
A
while.
little bit, but she was a light woman.
Do you carry the pedestal everywhere?
Light as
Because
a
I feel like the
Often?
woman's not the problem. I feel like
no,
the
no.
pedestal's the heavy
No.
part.
I carry often.
Can you see her now?
Maybe.
Therapists are standing by.
She's right here. How do you not see her?
Okay, caller, are you there?
Her name was Dinah Short. So,
Way to win me back.
see.
See the
Anyway.
USA.
Way to use a lesbian mantra to get me back.
Thank you. Correct. Anyway, Bev Eckham was Dinah Short.
I was expecting-
dynamic.
I thought you were going to go dynamite. I thought you were going to go full on
Dynamic.
Negro
I was
on us.
gonna
1970s Negro.
Dynamite.
That's right. I really
Don't.
Nope. I left
JJ
that alone.
Walker. I was
The
just
show is
JJ
not
Walker.
endorsed by the
Left that
cast
alone.
or the of Good Times.
Well, Esther Roll loves it. But-
Tomo, we don't
Happy
know.
Esther. She just hit her big day a couple days ago.
Hello. Anyway, gotta get you for that,
Yep.
Walter.
Oh, please. Enough of the pedicure comments from last week? They're flashing their fist nuts?
And also, Erin is correct.
Fist nuts.
She's
I just
my
said fist nuts. That sounds really wrong.
Dinah Shore.
I really am
Yeah.
listening to you. It doesn't seem
Yeah.
like it, but I am.
Anyway, and Erin is correct. She is my favorite teacher. The end.
Oh, Jesus.
Who let Rose back on?
Tomo, that's it. That's it.
That's your new name. You are now
Cat,
You
you
are
read Cat's comment. She snuck in. Say no if it's a
the
Wiley
Wiley
place.
place.
I've been very busy.
That's fantastic. Rose Nyland.
Right here.
Oh, Rose.
Somebody
pleasure.
write that down.
Well played, Tomo.
But if I rate it on here, I'm gonna wonder where she's from and what her sex is. Now you're just throwing shit.
I got mad.
There was no aiming.
I got mad. Nice.
Ooh, that's three of us that have made it in something.
I mean,
Well, hello.
3
it
minutes.
is Tuesday after all.
Well,
All right,
well played, Tomo.
Katrina,
Well,
the waves, whoever you are.
sadly, I have blocked out mentally much of my
Oh.
educational experience.
Can't tell.
Right. Sure can't.
I was gonna try to say something, but I just couldn't get there quick enough.
Yeah.
You've done the same thing then.
Can't tell.
A proud high school dropout, somewhat community
Nicely done.
college
You
attender,
bet.
somewhat ASU
Nothing
attender.
wrong with that.
I've done. I've smoked a bong in every one of
time
those places.
enroller, first time finisher, never time finisher.
So you never found the little man in the boat educationally.
Educationally, correct.
Parenthetically.
He may or may not have been in the van.
In other
Down
applications,
by the
we
river.
may have had long conversations, but educationally,
Nope.
never found the finisher. So what was I gonna say? Okay. So I don't remember any of the worst because I was either too young to really know that they were bad, or too high to care, or politely asked to leave the high school.
I'm gonna go with 2 and 3.
So that
Some of
door's
that-
open.
However,
That's what you're telling me.
that happened. Like they
That's how we got it
politely
out of
asked me to not enroll next year.
That's how I got it out of Niagara Falls. So that gate's open. I can just go.
We can just out.
All right, I'm out.
But I did have one wonderful junior high school math teacher that I don't know why he just sticks out as somebody that always like had something to say and had something interesting
Well, you
to
said
me
that
to
about
say.
calculus. That you got it right.
Math is
that
amazing.
you?
I love math. Yes.
There's been no one else in that chair recently,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Yeah. No, and I've taken in my various educational dabbles. Like it's always been a mathematical science of some sort. I was a computer science major for a really long time and was very few credits short of graduating when I was like, fuck it, I'm done. But yeah, so high school math
Katie, June
teacher,
of
Mr. Peterson had the
like it.
worst sweat pit stains in the world.
What is it with teachers and not wearing antiperspirant?
I don't even know because that motherfucker, like, those would go down to his ribs like so long.
You made him nervous.
Probably not. No, because he
No?
probably barely knew my name at the time.
okay.
That's a whole other conversation about how I've reinvented myself and became a whole new person.
Oh.
Not transgender.
I was told I was told there was no surgery.
No
Hashtag
surgery.
Not that.
But yeah, so most memorable and influential, Mr. Peterson.
I love it.
Churchill Junior High School, algebra.
Nice.
Well done.
Thank you.
I like it.
I think I've done the same as you from the standpoint of blocking bad teachers. I don't. There's something I didn't really care for, but I would never say I wouldn't say they were bad teachers.
My grandfather used to make me cry over homework all the time. Does that count?
Yes.
He's made everyone in our
So
family
did my
cry.
I'll allow it.
Literally.
Look at him.
But one of the teachers that I liked, and what's funny is, I didn't realize it so much
Yeah.
then, and I realized it later. I think I mentioned to her on the show because I think we had a similar question some time back.
I
About
think at
this.
some point we did best teacher, but worst teacher I feel is new.
Good
Then
for
again,
you.
I do have a throbbing case of Alzheimer's.
I feel like I want to go home and watch
Julie-
Bad
Don't get an
Teacher now.
axe.
My 7th grade year, I transferred school districts altogether. We moved in 1980, and my social studies, it was still called social studies back then. She was a little bitty gal. Her name was Julie Riley, Miss Riley. And what I liked the best about her is that she would tell the stories of history, and she would make it almost like she was there, make it very conversational. The whole
Was she
storytelling.
there? Was she just old as fuck?
No, she was not at all. And then aside from that, she always spoke to you, not like you were a 7th grader, like you were her peer. She always talked to you like you were on the
I
same
love
level.
people that do that talk to
And
kids like they're
she
people.
was just that. And then the other thing was, an odd thing, at the time, what became my first car was a Volvo, and she was a Volvo fanatic. So
Now, was that near her little man in the boat, or?
I knew you were going to ruin it. I knew you were going to ruin it.
going there. Thank you for going there.
I'm sorry. When
that
two
was
lesbians
awesome.
start giggling at something that sounds.
That's the most dinosaur comment you've ever made. That's fantastic.
We were car enthusiasts, and we both
Sure.
discussed
Yeah.
that.
Mechanical.
They're very
But-
safe cars.
But even
very safe
even
cars.
after 7th grade, obviously, I went all the way. I actually went to my sophomore year there, and then I transferred to another state. We moved to Tulsa But when I would go back and visit the school, she always was there and always remembered, and it was a great conversation. So I did her, but bad teachers, I don't really think I recall any.
Yeah.
There are, again, ones I didn't care for, but I wouldn't say they were bad.
No.
I didn't care for them.
My kids have had a bad teacher.
Alfie?
Carry on.
Cunt teachers.
Well, I was Elfie, but the bad teacher, and it was a interview with somebody about not understanding sarcasm as a child and having a sarcastic teacher. And
that could be challenging.
And so when they found out what sarcasm, when they became their favorite teacher, they went from being someone that they didn't understand to someone that they just loved, and it shaped their humor. I had a teacher, Mrs. Menard, I think that was her name, in the 4th grade, who would call my mother in all the time and just tell her she didn't like me.
Oh.
And my mom would be like, "Well, why? What's he doing?" And she was like, "I don't know. I just don't get it." And she would just say no. And then what my mom would say to me was like, there's really nothing, because I would ask, is there something, because I would tell my mom too, you need to go talk to her. She doesn't like me. And this teacher would call my mother in all the time and be like, I don't like him. Something's off. And we went on a trip to another school, and I was trying to think about this today. We walked to another school for something, and usually people walk to our school because we had a pool. My grade school had a pool. So usually other schools that didn't have pools would come to our school for swim day, jump in the pool, drown, or live. If you lived, you get a button. If you died, well, you got a nice, rose garden. But, so I don't know what we were going there for, but on the way back to our school, and you walked, nothing was a long enough distance
buses,
for a bus.
Right.
It was 6 blocks. One was 60th Street School, one was 66th Street School. We're being literal with the 6 blocks. The teacher made me walk next to her. I wasn't allowed to walk with my 4th grade friends. I had to walk next to her for something that had been done. Mm-hmm. And by the time we got the 6 blocks, she was like, I need to have a conference with your mom. And I was like, and I remember her kind of smiling through the walk a couple times. And she called my mom in and said, I want to recommend him for the advanced classes at the other school. She's like, I finally get what it is. Your kid just has
He's bored.
He's bored.
He's too smart for this, right?
Yeah, he's reading at a way higher level, and he's just enjoying life because he read this textbook at the beginning of the class. But the best, and it was an interesting thing of someone who could never put her finger on why she didn't like me, but she would say it out loud to me the whole year, I don't like you, and then she'd tell my mom, but I don't know why. Best teacher ever, senior high, because advanced placement English, we had nothing to do to graduate. So we took it a second year, and this teacher was so excited to have us for 2 years with the same curriculum that we brought the same vocabulary words back to him every week. You had a notebook. You had to pick your own 10 words that you liked, and you had to bring it up in a notebook, and he could just quiz you on the 10. Mm-hmm. But the other thing was he was so into Shakespeare. Dawn's not listening, but she would remember him. Are we done?
Well, you got to wrap up your story.
Oh, so, we listened to Henry V. We listened to Romeo and Juliet, Hamlet, Macbeth, and recordings. Mm-hmm. And I always wished I knew where those recordings came from, if they were from a live performance, or the people in the studios, just to hear them again. Sure. They were so good, and I would watch him listen, and he was so enraptured. And I just love Shakespeare because of him. I love going to see Shakespeare, listening to Shakespeare. But
that's a hard thing to love.
And really, the St. Crispin's Day speech from Henry V.
Alrighty, kids, we've done it. Wrapped up another 3 hours. It's a Tuesday night in the bag, and we are too. Kat Carlson, Marnie Ryer, Al Perkins. I'm Clayton McKee. Thank you very much. As we do each week, we will leave you with, we will see you next Tuesday!
You've been listening to The Show on Q Talk America.